What is good, folks? Welcome back to the Games Done Quick channel and to the Games Done Quick Hotfix. If you don't know what these are either regular or one-off little shows that we do in between our mainline events, Awesome Games Done Quick and Summer Games Done Quick. Now, before I go on and tell you all about the wonderful things that are going to be happening in this hotfix, we just mentioned our mainline events. We've got Awesome Games Done Quick and we've got Summer Games Done Quick, but Awesome Games Done Quick today is Games List Day. When will it happen? Will we ever recover from the Speedrun Twitter right now? Who knows? But we are going to be having that come out at some point today, so do hold tight. There are people behind the games list as well, so be kind to them if your game doesn't get in. It's nothing personal, but well done to everybody who's submitted, and best of luck to when that does come out. But as much as the mainline events are a whole load of fun, and this one will be in person, you can have some fun in person in Pittsburgh. You can use !AGDQ to find out more about that. We have hotfixes. This one is a regular hotfix that happens every other Friday evening, as you can see. And we have a look at games that cover an interesting theme. It's either region-exclusive games or handheld games. So last week we had a range of games from different regions. We had Pointy's Point, which was from Japan. We had, oh gosh, I can't even remember the name, but one that was only released in like European territories. And then we had another one, which was, an Initial D typing game. So incredible. If you wonder what on earth this series is about, we have a whole playlist up on our YouTube so you can find out more about that. But today we have Absolute Mania, potentially a game that you might see in Awesome Games Done Quick. All fingers crossed for that for Abel. But we are going to be seeing a whole load of categories to do with Mario Kart for the DS. Abel, how are you doing?
Doing great. Thank you for having me.
You're more than welcome. I'm looking forward to seeing how you go through this game, because by the sounds of things and by the looks of things, you've played a fair bit.
Yeah, I've played the better part of probably 16 years or so, 17 years, almost since the game came out. I've been running the RTA categories over the last couple of years. All missions and 32 tracks, which we'll be showing today.
Very good. Very much looking forward to it. And I believe we're accompanied on commentary. Hello, Puddings.
Hello, everyone. Puddings here. Or should I say welcome back, Carters. This is a game that I've played for quite a while. Not quite as long as Abel. I've barely been alive that long, but I'm excited.
Awesome. Well, folks, I'm sure there's a lot to go over on this game, but you are welcome to start us off whenever you want.
Okay, brilliant. Welcome to the Mario Kart DS show. I'm going to be starting off with 32 tracks. The game was released in November/December 2005, depending on regions. Is that correct, Puddings?
Yes, November 14th in North America and December 8th in Japan.
Okay, so I'm going to be selecting the best combo here, Dry Bones Egg 1 in versus modes. And I'm going to be setting it to 150cc and all tracks in order. The game's in Japanese because it saves time over the Western releases.
If you're wondering how much time it saves, 32 frames.
An awful lot.
No way. Across the whole 32 tracks, it's
one frame.
1 frame per track. Oh my goodness, that's
yes.
great.
So there are 16 Nitro tracks, brand new tracks, and there are 16 retro tracks, which you can see here from the Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, Game Boy Advance, and GameCube. We'll be playing them in order, and timer will start as I hit OK here. Shall I start now, or?
Yeah, you're welcome to count us in, and then we'll make sure we're sharp.
All right, we'll do. All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
All righty.
Good luck.
Thank you very much. So this is Figure 8 Circuit. Many people would like to call this the snaking sandbox for the game. This is one of the few games where boosting from left to right is extremely useful. It's very input heavy. Puddings, would you like to fill us in on the snaking tech?
So snaking tech, basically, as you can see right here, you just drift left and right, back and forth on straights, and it's compared to driving straight, it's not even a contest. So by just continuously mini turboing, you're constantly in the boost, and you're constantly staying kind of close to the middle of the track at top speed, and that's pretty much discovered on release. And it's the way we all love to play.
Okay. So RNG is another very deciding factor in this category. I'm mostly aiming to get protective items like green shells, bananas, to dodge any red shells that are coming my way. And you can also dodge blue shells, speaking of the noise right there, by performing a mini turbo at the right time and hopping out of the impact zone like so. So that's a blue shell dodge, abbreviated to BSD.
Yeah, those are about...
And,
we're already done with the first race. Look at that.
Wow.
Blue shell dodges are about... I think it's about 10, 11 frame window. Super easy to hit. Even when I was a noob, I was hitting these.
Yes, and now we've got Yoshi Falls. Oh man, for a second there, I thought a CPU was on 300cc by the engine noise. Okay, so Yoshi Falls, this was a track where I had the world records on back in the day. A lot of people like to say this is my best track, but relatively short. There's a big Yoshi egg in the middle. You can see it right there on the left of the screen. The red shell AI is very funky.
Interesting. We're going to see a lot of interesting red shells throughout this run. They like to come at you from all angles, from the front, from the side. Sometimes they actually hit your protective item. Not very often. It's to the point actually where red shells are almost a bigger threat in this run than blue shells are.
Here comes another blue, but I think I'm going to beat it to the finish. Yep.
Nice.
Okay, so that's Yoshi Falls done. Now on to race 3 of the Mushroom Cup, which will be Cheap Cheap Beach, a track that returned in Mario Kart 8.
We have some lovely beachside villas, and actually what we just saw there is a big part of this run as well.
Oh no.
Our character choice can matter a lot. So we chose Dry Bones because it is the fastest character off-road, being the lightest. However, that does have the inverse effect of you are now just knocking around food for any big character like DK, Rob, Wario, and basically any character heavier than you. And as we saw, it can really mess you up.
That's right. So at the beginning of a race, I tend to stay in the middle of the pack so as to not get knocked to the side of a wall. So worst characters that you can get are, well, as we call them, rivals, are DK, Rob. So generally just any heavy character, really.
Yeah, your rivals are the computers that are most consistently in second or third. So we have a DK in third, which is not ideal, but it's better than a DK in second.
That you're holding on to your item for this stage, like I assume. As you get rid of it, I guess in first place, is there just not much of a chance of getting anything better?
So yeah, item probabilities. There's no chance of getting like a mushroom like in Mario Kart 64. The best you can hope for is probably a green shell, or a 5% chance of triple bananas.
So here comes another blue. That's another dodge.
Nice.
2 for 2.
Okay.
Actually, 2 for 3.
To be fair, I should have gotten rid of that fake item box. Just wasn't really thinking. So now we're heading into Luigi's Mansion, based off of the GameCube game.
Yeah, in this game, we're going to see throughout both this run and the All Missions run, we're going to see a lot of references to, popular GameCube games and even N64 games. This game really likes to pay homage to all sorts of stuff. So going into this section, is probably something that gave a lot of people some real trouble as kids. But this mud is very difficult to navigate. If you don't have a good line, you'll just kind of get swept away off to the side and never to return.
That's right. And if you perform this jump here correctly, It should save for some time. Oh, you might land against this spiky bit, though. It's interesting to note that I choose the Dry Bones Egg 1 combo because it's the most balanced compared to Dry Bomber or Luigi's Poltergust or Rob's BLS. But for time trial mode, which is where I'm, that's like my main discipline, really. For tracks like this and Figure 8 Circuit and Yoshi Falls, basically any track in the Mushroom Cup, we use the Rob BLS card, which has a higher speed. But because we're doing all the tracks in order, it's just better to use the more balanced Egg 1.
Yeah, the Egg 1 has better acceleration, but also a lower speed. But when you're getting hit a lot, obviously accelerating quickly is far more important.
Yeah, exactly, which the BLS lacks.
And to answer a question in chat, their Egg 2 does actually exist. It was in the beta, but was scrapped when Birdo was scrapped as a character.
I feel like I get that question every single day in my chat. It's hilarious. But yes, Puddings is right.
That's tragic, really. Missed opportunity.
These CPUs are very rough today, pushing me around.
They know, CPUs seem to have a consciousness when they know when we're doing a live event.
So right here, I'm going to be shrooming and hopping off of the hill to still retain speed.
Nice.
I had decent positioning earlier in the lap, which allowed me to get that item. And now it's just basically front running and getting any green shells or bananas in order to counter the reds. And then there's the question of getting lightninged, which is very, very bad. It's definitely the biggest time loss in the run.
Yeah, it's a time loss. Like you can defend against blue shells, you can defend against red shells, but every lightning, you just add like a 6 or 7 second tax to your run.
Oof.
Yeah, you'd much rather be blue shelled like 3 times in a in a race than be lightninged once, I think. Also, these pokies are very deadly if you get the wrong line.
Yeah. And this actually we're seeing right here is going to be another problem that might come up on later tracks, is running into computers when you're kind of overtaking them or lapping them. They're almost as bad as having heavy computers up front with you. And they move in
because
mysterious ways.
they get in the way of your racing line and can bump you, sometimes off-road, out of bounds. So Delfino Square, based off of Super Mario Sunshine. I feel like this is one of the more popular Mario Kart tracks as of recently. And for some reason, the YouTube algorithm decided to give the world record here, over 200,000 hits in the last year. So do check it out. If you look up MK Dasher on YouTube, the Delfino Square world record's at 128.7. And yeah, it's a really nice watch.
Yeah, it is just a masterclass on going fast. And I'm really glad that that one got exposure because I think it's one of our most flashy and entertaining records.
Definitely. So here I'm doing the mud shortcut. It's faster than going around and it's less riskier than taking the dock cut. But because we're doing a live event, I'm going to be trying the dock cut, which is what the world record does. So wish me luck, I guess.
Good luck.
So far, decent RNG. You get the odd green shell flying around. I'm going to be attempting the dock cut now, which was successful.
Oh, very nice.
Okay, so this saves around maybe a second, Puddings. I'm not entirely sure.
I'm not entirely sure either, but it's about a second. It just looks cooler and it's a little bit faster.
Yeah, definitely looks cooler.
Yeah. So 134 is a pretty good time. Definitely on pace for a world record on my streams.
All right, so this is a real fan favorite here, Waluigi Pinball. One of the most tech-heavy tracks, not very fast on the mini turbos, but certainly a lot of advanced techniques being employed. We're gonna hopefully we'll be able to drive under 2 minutes, but we'll see when we get there.
Yeah, that's usually the target time. And yeah, Basically, this game is split between very MT, mini turbo heavy tracks, and more tech heavy tracks like Bowser Castle, Waluigi Pinball, etc., etc.
Yeah, so we saw there during the pinball section there, and we're going to see it hopefully again on laps 2 and 3. Abel collides with the bumpers in order to kind of boost him forward a little bit more. That was originally discovered long ago, but really wasn't. We didn't know how to save time with it until around the mid 2010s. But it's very, very fast when you do it right.
It saves around, I'd say, 0.2 in a time trial run.
Yeah.
Also, the pinball cycles are very brutal. As you can see there, it didn't help that I was bloopered. Yeah.
One of the few cases where checking the bottom screen even won't help you there.
Definitely. I'm sure a lot of people in the chat might be wondering which system I'm playing on. I'm playing on an original Nintendo DS. We were talking about this earlier before the broadcast started, but it's generally considered the system with the sturdier buttons and the more durable buttons. I mean, it depends on the person, but yeah.
However, yeah, as kind of to continue off of that, our current world champion, a player by the name of Taiga, plays on 3DS XL on the circle pad, and he is an absolute monster. Yeah. We'll tell his story in parts throughout the run.
Okay.
Oh, definitely.
He's quite the character.
Okay. So now Shroom Ridge. There's another track in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which I think returned in one of the the booster course passes.
Yes, correct. Yeah. So in this original iteration, as is important in the 8 Deluxe version, to staying away from the cars. Once again, very cycle-based. Once you play this track enough, you really just know where all the cars are going to be and when you're going to encounter them. Abel's got this track figured out pretty well.
So heading into lap 2 here, I'm going to be trying to get... Oh, give me a second to set up here. I was going to say I was going to go behind that bus there to save a bit of time, but I got the angle wrong. But yeah, basically this track involves a lot of tight lines, going behind vehicles a lot.
Yes, it was also the site, if anybody is familiar with our time trial history, MK Dasher, coming up again, held the world record on this track, specifically one world record, for over 11 years.
Wow.
11 years straight. And it was eventually beaten, I think in 2020, using an inferior strat. But then I think within the week, MK Dasher came back and immediately took it again.
Wow.
I think it was even covered in a Nintendo fan website as well, in an article.
Yeah, it is one of the longest standing Mario Kart records. The only ones that are held longer are another world record we're going to see later, and I think a Super Mario Kart record from 2005 or something.
I see. So what I did there at the end was fall off for a bit of a burst of speed, which the world record does as well. So moving on now to the Star Cup. We've got DK Pass. It's a track with a lot of uneven terrain, not very popular with players, but I like it. I used to hold the world records here back in the dinosaur age, but I'd like to explain one thing. There's this, we like to call it magical box, item box here at the hill, and it always gives you stars and triple shrooms. It's pretty...
a red shell.
Or a red shell, which somehow happened a couple streams ago to me. But it's I believe there's a 2% chance of that happening.
Yep.
So now I have a star. What I'm going to do is pay close attention to the bottom screen to see if any of the relentless CPUs get a lightning. I'm just going to... Oh, okay. Thankfully, that red shell didn't hit me. That's another thing with homing items, is that you can manipulate their trajectory if you just drive close enough to the wall. So yeah, like I was saying, I'm holding on to this star in case I see a CPU get a lightning. That way I can, that was a close call. I saw somebody using a boo, which they were gonna steal my star, so I had to use it. Now heading into lap 3.
And to answer the obscure question that anybody might be wondering, yes, you can steal a boo with a boo.
Let's
I actually
go.
didn't know that.
I'll try to sprinkle in some obscure facts as we go along.
If I'd gotten there a little bit earlier, I could have dodged the shock. But that's a shame. Rip Yoshi.
Yeah, we're going to see some unfortunate computer interactions. Sometimes they're just going to drive straight into things. For our
Yes.
amusement, of course.
I think the following track, TikTok Clock, if you have a fast enough pace heading into lap 3, by the pendulum section, there's almost always a CPU who gets hit by the pendulum. It's very interesting, and I never looked into why that happens. But yeah, hopefully we'll get to see that.
I'm hoping we'll see that. Sounds quite funny.
Yeah, so...
If I just keep up the pace here. Sorry, go ahead, Puddings.
Yeah, so Abel's going to mini turbo like this on the gears in order to kind of use the gears' momentum to push him forward a little bit faster. And we're going to see this on the last turn as well with these vertical gears. Abel's going to not miss the gear, but when Abel hits the gear on the second lap, we're going to see it gives you a very large boost of speed. And that's used in time trial records and, of course, in full game runs. Very useful.
Yeah, I definitely missed the angle there, I have to admit.
So the gears are reversed this lap, but we don't really care. We're still going to keep on mini turboing. Ooh.
I couldn't do much there. I kind of had to tank the hit.
Yeah.
Lesser of two evils. Yeah, as you can see, or as you can't see because of the blooper. We got on top of the gear, released a mini turbo, and went zooming.
Okay, so sadly we're a bit behind here, so we didn't see a CPU fall victim to the pendulum. It would have been probably Mario right there. We were just going past. So yeah, we're just heading to the end of TikTok Clock.
Just casually lapping.
Oh.
You know.
Yeah, we're just
So-
lapping the entire field.
Yeah. So one thing that happened right there is that if you're close enough to the tail end of the CPUs on lap 3 and they use a blue shell, it will not go around the track. It will simply turn around and go
What?
towards you. Yeah.
Wow.
Another entertaining thing that can happen. We're gonna cover what's going on right here in a second. Another entertaining thing that can happen is sometimes red shells will wait until a blue shell explosion is over and then hit you.
Wow. Wow.
So as we're seeing here, how is he driving off road without a mushroom? This is crazy. What's going on? So Abel is currently employing and just lost a technique called PRB, or prolonged rocket boost. And so basically, by getting the perfect start boost, which is a 3-frame window at the beginning of the race, and continuously mini turboing and releasing your next mini turbo before the boost from the previous one expires, you can maintain that off-road immunity and continue to race off-road at your heart's delight.
Wow.
Couldn't have explained it better myself.
Yeah, and it was discovered, I believe, by a player by the name of Minkun, a Japanese player, I think probably about 2.5 weeks after the release there in Japan. So it was a Christmas miracle.
Certainly was. And what's interesting to note is that we didn't see this technique employed till around March of 2006. A very famous run in our community by a player called Second, who drove I believe a 39.8 3-lap run on SNES Mario Circuit 1, employing PRB all 3 laps.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the West we were appalled.
So this whole debate's initiated on whether we should allow this technique and blah, blah, blah.
And that's why today our leaderboards are separated into the PRB and non-PRB based on what we allow. So there are two different rule sets, but PRB isn't even useful on a lot of tracks. So
Okay.
as you can see,
I was about
yeah.
to ask, like, how much time separates, like, how much time does that save
So
in run?
it depends on the amount of off-road on a particular track. Like this track has absolutely zero off-road, so PRB wouldn't save any time. But on tracks like SNES Mario Circuit 1, for example, the non-PRB record is around 40.8 seconds, but the PRB record is, I believe, 37.4.
Oh, wow.
0.3, I believe.
0.3, oh yes.
Yes.
And it's about, I don't know if I could assign a rate to it, but I say about 4 seconds per minute it saves, if I had to give it a
Yeah,
minute there.
I'd say that's about right, yeah. Okay, so Airship Fortress is a track that everybody's been rallying to get it to the final wave for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. But it's already been in so many of the Mario Kart games already. It's been brought back a bunch of times, hasn't it? But yeah, it's a cool track. I used to have the fast lap world record myself more than a decade ago. And oh my God, you do get that, you do get that happening a few times. Especially at the end of runs, there'll be...
Where's the computer that threw that?
Exactly, there'll be just random
Yeah.
green
We'll
shells
just
flying
get-
around,
Yeah, phantom items.
conveniently
Sent in from another
hitting you.
dimension.
Yeah. So that's the Star Cup done. I'll be entering the Special Cup now. Wario Stadium, Peach Gardens, Bowser Castle, and Rainbow Road. I believe they have a combined 62, 64 item boxes, more than any other cup, meaning the RNG can get pretty crazy here. I
Yeah,
always
we're
dread
gonna-
this section of my runs.
Yeah, we're gonna see some. The special cup is like, well, we call it special for a reason because it has a special time of ruining runs. You can enter this cup, 10, 15 seconds ahead of your splits and exit it a minute behind. So as we're gonna see here, Abel's gonna go over the wall and over here. So by doing that, this was discovered, I believe, sometime around 07, 08.
Yep.
and
Mid
it-
2007, I believe.
mid 2007. And by hopping over the wall there, you hit a checkpoint on the other side of the turn, and it allows you to be respawned after that jump, and it saves about a second over driving around.
Yep, that's right. I did a full lap of PRB there, combined with the shortcuts, but you can take the shortcut anyway without PRB, which I'm going to do now. You just hop over this mountain instead of going around the dirt, since I don't have PRB. Bounce off of this here, and that's a second checkpoint reached.
And I know Abel's making it look really easy right now. This shortcut is not easy at all. I've only hit it once myself, and that was with a mushroom and lining it up in advance. So to do it on the fly during a race is very impressive.
Not gonna lie, I'm quite happy. But let's see if we can get it 3 out of 3 now. Gonna be doing the same, cutting the off-road here. Unfortunately, I lost my boost. But yes, this is the only cup which has 2 of these out-of-bounds shortcuts. And I think I'm missing it here. Yep, sadly. My angle's a bit off, but it's okay.
Good effort. Good effort.
Thanks. Normally I get we got a 208 here, but normally I can get like between a 155 and a 157, which is pretty good. But sadly, we had 2 lightnings during that race, which was not good.
All right, so Peach Gardens, we didn't get trolled in the first corner. That's always a common mishap with those heavyweights. So Peach Gardens, Mario Kart Wii fans might recognize this track as the track from the DS game. So this is a pretty, I would say it's a good mix between, non-stop mini turbos and some tech. There's a lot of narrow spaces, some moles, some chain chomps. And this track, pretty simple. We go through the flower beds here by releasing a mini turbo before we enter them, to kind of jump over as much off-road as we can. and save a good amount of time without mushrooms.
There's a lot of altitude changes, or sorry, not altitude, elevation changes. Yet this track is 3-lap PRBable on time trial level.
Yes.
The current world record, I believe, is a 1:22.511 by that Japanese player, Taiga.
Yes. So I actually, since there isn't much for the rest of this race, so Taiga, as we've mentioned before, is a Japanese player. He's relatively new to the scene. He kind of appeared in our YouTube inboxes in 2020, and he was at the time an 11-year-old who had never communicated with us before, and he was posting world records out of nowhere.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a very, very isolated case. We're still baffled to this day.
We still don't understand it. He's about 14 or 15 now, but we were immediately like, this kid's the craziest thing to ever, grace this game in its entire history. And we had to send a coalition of Japanese players. We sent 2 players from our community. 2 of them traveled to where this kid lives and delivered him a special cartridge that allows him to record his times for us.
Oh, wow.
Yes. During the middle of the pandemic as well.
That's
and
cute.
the day he got the card, I think he posted like 20-something videos. And
That was a good day.
It was a very good day.
Yeah.
And to this day, still blowing us away with his achievements on many tracks.
The kids are all right.
He holds the world record here with a 148.3, I believe.
Oh my gosh.
And sadly, I'm falling off here.
Yeah,
Just my mistake.
To illustrate kind of how insane a 148.3 here is, second place is a second behind. Third place is a second behind second place. Fourth place is a second behind third place. So there's a very, very peak division on this track.
That was unfortunate.
10th place is a whole 4 seconds slower.
That's wild.
Okay, so heading now into the 3rd lap, I'm going to be ending it very differently. I'm going to be jumping into the lava. Reason I'm doing that is because the checkpoint extends over, the finish line extends over. I'll be doing that in a second.
Yeah, it's very similar to what we saw on Shroom Ridge. Just you go off to the side, you don't have to worry about driving on the track, and it saves a little bit of time.
See if I can land it here. Yep.
Very nice.
Hey, nice.
Okay, now heading off to Rainbow Road. A lot of people have been asking for this to come back as part of the 6th wave in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I think it's a track that would very much suit it.
As if we don't have enough Rainbow Roads already.
So what we're praying here is just for the CPUs to be kind. Looks like second place DK is doing okay. We're gonna probably let's see how we're going for it. Okay, so we're doing a
Oh no!
It's gonna be one of these.
Yes. At a previous marathon, something similar happened, but we'll get back on track, not to worry.
Yeah. This track has a lot of shortcuts. So it's actually
Oh wow.
if there's any one time trial record you should watch from this game, it's this one. MK Dasher has one of the most impressive times I think I've ever seen on this track. He uses the shortcut that we tried to go for, and hopefully we'll see here in lap 2, and another shortcut that goes from where Abel is right now into the loop section up there by kind of launching yourself off the track.
Whoops.
Oh, nice.
It's fine. I think I can do it better with a mini turbo anyway.
All right, DK is once again just really not in a good spot, but
I can't explain my bad luck.
oh my
This
god.
is summer of 2022 all over again.
Oh my gosh. DK once again
Can DK do it 3 for 3? I don't want him to, but it would be quite the achievement.
At this point, I'm thinking of playing it safe, just to finish in first place. But hopefully we can get enough distance.
Do it. I think we can probably do it. The fans, think of the fans, Abel.
Yeah, and we're just getting blued here, but it's fine since it's going to be very, very early.
Yeah, if you get blued in the loop here, you just kind of get sent straight upwards and then out of bounds, and there's nothing you can do about it. All right, I think we got it this time. I think we got enough time. Turn around, any mini turbo, and we're going to launch off to this side here. And it's a similar principle to Wario Stadium, where we trigger a checkpoint later in the track and then respawn.
Essentially that. It saves around 1 second, but it's crucial at time trial level. So that's the Nitro tracks finished. We've got 60 more retro tracks to go, starting with the Shell Cup now on SNES Mario Circuit 1.
All right.
I'm going to hopefully perform PRB here by going on the off-road.
So yeah, we're going to see, again, Abel continuously... Oh, you hate to see it. And the red shell insults us for missing it.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a classic example of the red shell AI very cleverly going around my cart, even though I had a banana, and hitting me from the side.
Luckily,
I'm gonna burn my... Sorry, I keep talking over you. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, luckily Abel is also a non-PRB expert here as well.
Hopefully we can outrun this bullet bill. Yep, that's fine. But yeah, I was about to say that if you're holding a fake item box and you're heading into lap 3, you want to burn it on lap 3 so it doesn't get in the way of your racing line.
Yeah, a common thing that could happen, especially, for us pro gamers, pro karters, is we'll leave items for the computers to hit, but the computers don't follow our lines because they don't know better. And we'll end up hitting our own items on lap 2 or 3, and it's just time loss you just don't want to see. So we have Moo Moo Farm here. This track returning from Mario Kart 64, and luckily this time around, the moles are consistent and on a cycle, unlike that game.
Yeah, they're RNG in MK64, right?
Yes, completely RNG. So even with the cycles, they are still just an absolute pain to deal with.
I just checked the bottom screen there real quick because thought the CPUs were catching up to me. The RNG hasn't been great, but getting another blue actually, which I should dodge. Yep.
Nice.
Very nice. If you have any, clap emotes, feel free to, send those in chat every time you get a blue shell dodge.
Oh, I got a shroom there. I didn't even see it.
Nice.
That's Moo Moo Farm. Heading now to Peach Circuit, a track from Mario Kart Super Circuit on the Game Boy Advance. It's a track that's very, very dear to puddings.
This is my favorite track by a long margin. It just flows very well. It is the quintessential beginner track, just like Mario Circuit 1. But something about this track just keeps me coming back. Probably heard the intro few seconds to this song probably about 250,000 times. But I just love it. And Abel's really doing good PRB here.
I was about to say, Abel was making this look very appealing. I can see the love for it. I can understand that.
Yeah, it's mesmerizing to kind of weave in between the trees and pay no mind to the computers who are...
Oh my god.
Oh, it was
How unlucky
so
can
well.
you be? And a blue shell as well, but it's fine. Yoshi takes it.
Yeah, thank you, Yoshi.
Yes, so that was essentially a 3-lap PRB. It's just unlucky to be bombed there at the very end. So now moving on to Luigi Circuit. There's 2 Luigi Circuits in this game. The one from the Game Boy Advance, which is shown on the Leaf Cup, so 2 cups ahead. And this one is from Double Dash. We perform a technique here going off the ramps, the boost pads, called PRB Reset, which is a variant of PRB. For some mysterious reason, when you do this, you hold a mini turbo. Well, I can't demonstrate it because of the red, but essentially, if you hold a mini turbo and then start snaking right after from the boost pad, you reactivate the start boost state from the beginning, mysteriously. So now, as you can see, I'm going on the off-road without slowing down. So that's seen across multiple tracks.
Yeah,
well, I was actually exactly Wario Stadium. Yeah, I completely forgot.
Yeah, as you can also see there, the chomp is there, but doesn't really affect us. He's just kind of happy to be here.
Bark, bark.
Yeah.
No.
And this track can be really bad as well. Not quite as bad as Rainbow Road, but with the constant interactions with the slower computers, you can get completely screwed over by items coming straight at you.
Oh, definitely.
That was actually relatively tame.
Yeah, it wasn't so bad, actually. So now Donut Plains 1. A track from Super Mario Kart. I'm not sure if I still have the PRB. Yes, I do. So we're going to be cutting all this off-road section here. It's one of the more mysterious cases that losing PRB here on purpose is going to be faster with the Egg one, because the boost is shorter than compared to a kart like the Dry Bomber. So you'd be going really, really wide, basically, and it wouldn't be worth keeping the PRB.
Yeah, that's an element of PRB that we didn't explain before. Is there's a kind of a push and pull to implementing PRB on a track where using a new or faster kart, you sacrifice the amount of time that you have in order to get your next mini turbo out, and you have to find the balance between what kind of lines can I sacrifice while keeping a higher speed, or using a slower kart and being able to use better lines.
Definitely. So now Frappe Snowland, a track from Mario Kart 64. One interesting thing to mention, let's see if I can get this trick here at the beginning first. I missed it. But what I tried to do there was basically cut that entire section. Mario Kart 64 players have not, shots fired by the way, but Mario Kart 64 players have not been using this technique till around, I think, last year. Was that correct, Puddings?
No, I think they discovered it in 2020.
Or in 2020, yeah. Whilst we've been using it pretty much since since release in 2005.
Yeah, to be fair, it is a fair amount more difficult to perform in that game, but
yeah, true.
The fact that not a single one of them looked at our game and thought about it until 2020 is interesting.
So yeah, doing that little hill shortcut is key on this track, especially if you've got a PRB or a mushroom. You can cut a significant portion of the track instead of having to go around.
Yeah, and actually this portion of the track is kind of modeled after, I don't know if you've ever seen photos of this, but photos of like snow drifts that are like 15, 20 feet high. And there's an infamous Twitter post from one of our Wi-Fi community players who took a picture of a similar structure on a trip they went on, and they just simply tweeted it with the caption, "Retro Frappe Snowland."
Nice. I know it's fairly, inconsequential when it comes to a speedrun, and the maths is probably fairly straightforward, but at what point in like a speedrun of this, like Donkey Kong can't come back now at this point? You're over 70 points. No, you're almost 70 points ahead. How many races?
So the point math is interesting. This is another thing I guess I've looked into. I think, I don't know like at what point is Donkey Kong completely, screwed over, but considering we don't usually lose to computers in this category.
Yeah, understandable.
That's why I really just don't think about it. That's all.
Yeah. I don't know. All I can tell you is that the way that the game distributes points is not fair. Heavily values winning.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
So after this ramp section here, I do a little skip on the ledge of the track. We've named it after one famous, I'm not sure if they still play, I'll say former Smash Bros. Melee player called Zagetto. This little wall hop here. He used to do it. He was actually a former player of MKDS back in the day, in 2006. And yeah, we just call that wall strat Zagetto. It's kind of like when Siglemic would get his that 1 star in 120 star. Everybody would shout, Siglemic. But,
yeah, it's the ultimate honor. I mean, for any speed game is to have that strat named after you. And I'm sure Zagetto, to this day, would be honored.
I hope so.
Also,
finishing up here. Go ahead, Pudding, sorry.
Yeah, as you saw, this track was pretty tame, and it's because BC2, or Bowser Castle 2 here, contains the least item boxes of any track in the game. So we can kind of just race without CPU interference. And speaking of CPU interference,
oh, what a stage! Let's go.
You're in for one.
We have the infamous Baby Park. Only 5 laps this time. They decided to be kind to us.
It's 7 laps, I believe, in 8 Deluxe.
Yep.
And 6 in Double Dash.
7 in Double Dash as well.
Or 7, I see. But yeah, obviously we're going to be lapping them quite a bit, which is pretty
good stuff.
Which is pretty dangerous considering you come into contact with them and they might fling you around. And we're getting first blue shell here, which I can hopefully dodge. Yep.
Very nice.
Nice.
And relatively clean, actually. I thought that was going to go horribly.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, the reason why it's 5 laps, to answer some questions in chat, is actually because of a coding error.
No way.
Yeah, there's no place to save your lap times for laps 6 and 7, so they made it 5 laps.
Interesting.
It's a memory allocation issue.
Oh, wow.
Oh
But
no,
yeah.
what a shame. Guess that saves you folks a little bit.
Oh, it does. I'm no fan of that track, really. So this is Cooper Beach 2, another of the Super Mario Kart tracks. It's around the same length, if not maybe slightly longer than SNES Mario Circuit 1. But it's PRBable. It's very fun to play with Egg 1. But sadly, I didn't get the PRB here.
Yeah, and we're going to be finishing off to the right of the finish line here because the finish line, as we've seen before, extends out and saves us just a little bit of time. Always helpful to do on lap 3.
Yeah, definitely. And Choco Mountain. Before people think, no, I'm sorry to say, there is no skip here. It's just pure...
No other tankos.
Yeah. Sorry to disappoint, but the game just has great coding, I'm afraid.
Once again, shots fired on Mario Kart 64. I don't know what they did to deserve this.
They get enough attention.
Yeah, it's fine.
I think not that they deserve it. It's just, yeah. I'm not going to dig this hole any deeper.
Yeah, so coming in here on the hills, we release a mini turbo to kind of just bounce over the hills instead of driving up and down. And when you're using the raw BLS cart, thanks to its higher speed, we can actually skip the second hill altogether, or kind of land cleanly onto the third hill.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, since I have slightly inferior speed with the Egg 1, I don't get that clean landing. But it's fine. It's not a huge time loss or anything.
Yeah, and this is an interesting case of this track, is we actually had an incident where somebody made a task and actually helped out the world record, but it was actually a cheating task, if you will. I won't name names because they've apologized for it, but we had a player pass off a tool-assisted run as a world record here back in 2018. and implementing a new strategy by chaining mini turbos in a better or more optimal pattern. And MK Dasher, after leaving an infamous rolling eyes emoji under the video, then proceeded to do the strat in the TAS better and got the world record.
Wow.
I
That's
wonder
a
if
foul move.
there have been cases of that in different games.
Wouldn't be surprised. I feel like something might have happened with the Lion King on Genesis. I don't know. I don't know. It comes to mind.
All right,
So this
we
is
have-
the other Luigi Circuit track. Sorry, you were going to say something,
Yeah,
Puddings?
this is Luigi Circuit, but the other one.
Is this the cooler brother or the less
I think
cool
it's
brother when it comes
I think
to the
it's
circuits?
I think it's the cooler one. I like this one more.
Okay.
Just got some cool turns. And also, Abel, I don't know if you can do this, but if you can touch the bottom screen, it actually looks like a wet floor sign. As you can see, somebody slipping on the puddles.
That's incredible. What a... Yeah, wow.
Great little trivia there. Okay, so obviously you want to avoid the puddles as much as you can. They spin you out. There's, of course, a random green shell flying around. Getting inked now. One interesting thing that I didn't even know up until I think maybe a few months ago, Puddings and I think, were talking about it. There's variations of the blooper ink that appear on the screen. And I don't know why that happened. Like sometimes it'll cover a bigger portion of the screen. And sometimes it'll cover like a smaller portion, affecting visibility in certain areas that you need to look at.
Yeah, just another thing with blooper ink. If you go over a boost panel or use a mushroom, it goes away. And I think that's pretty consistent throughout all the Mario Kart games that use it.
Oh no.
Oh,
That's
Unless that was
first for me.
just say that it was deliberate. It's all part of RNG in it, I'm sure.
yeah, we're just showing off everything we can.
Yeah.
So this is another track with other cars on the road. I would say that if I had to pick between Shroom Ridge or Mushroom Bridge, I think Shroom Ridge is probably my favorite of the two, but this track certainly has its appeals.
Definitely. So yeah, it's cycle based with the cars again. You go between the cars and the fence or the railing very often at a high level. Obviously, I've lost the cycle because I burned out at the beginning, unfortunately. And I'm gonna just burn my item here again and see if I can grab a protective item. And that's good enough.
Nice.
Yeah,
I know
we're on-
you haven't got the biggest cart like in the game, but a lot of these vehicles look massive that are just sort of non-playable. And do you think the carts are made smaller, or are these vehicles just massive in comparison to the characters?
I'm going to take the Mario Party DS lore approach to this and say that we were shrunk down.
You were shrunk
before-
that. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that.
We had Mario Party DS on the channel recently, folks. If you're interested in more Mario action, we have a fair bit on Going Places, so definitely worth checking that out. But yeah, I'm prepared to believe that lore as well.
Yeah, so this is a pretty infamous track among players. I think I did a player survey 2 years ago on ranking every track in the game, and this track was universally the most hated track in the game. These bumpers here, as you can see, completely kill your speed and send you up in the air.
Yeah, it's mostly to do with the bumpers, obviously,
Yeah,
and the slippery terrain. And for some reason, I'm on the off-road, so I can't dodge that.
yeah. And
But at least it's a
and-
short track,
Yeah, and of course, all complemented by the rather just non-elegant color scheme.
Tell me that there was one person in that survey that really liked that stage.
Oh, there was somebody who rated it a 10 out of 10.
It might have
Let's
been me,
go.
actually. Yeah, I used to like this track a lot.
All right, So this is very important. Everybody in chat, I need you to say hello to Bubba, the fish. He's going to hop over the track right now. There he is. We're going to see him 2 more times. So I want everybody in the chat, whenever he comes up, whenever your stream delay is, just say hello, Bubba. If you have the emote, send it. We love Bubba.
We need all your Bubba energy. So Banji Boardwalk plays exactly the same as Mario Kart 64. I've always had a soft spot for this track. I've always liked how techy it is. But yeah, it really is just about Bubba.
It's all about Bubba. Bubba, as we're going to see in All Missions later.
Hello, Bubba.
We're going to... Bubba is kind of this warm friend that we get to see at the end of both of those runs to kind of cheer us on to finish them. He's just a great friend of, every Mario Kart DS player. Always looking out for us.
I mean, it definitely seems like it. The chat is popping off for Bubba. I'm not going to lie.
Oh my gosh.
Love it. Okay, so far this is probably one of my cleanest runs for the entire run so far.
Hello, Bubba.
Well, more like goodbye, Bubba, for now.
Yeah.
We'll see him again later. Don't worry, chat.
Let's go.
Yeah, not much else to say about this track, really. It can be quite deadly if, Wario keeps doing that as well. But as you can see, sometimes there is no guard railing. So if you're unlucky enough to collide with a CPU, you might just get bumped off the track. So you have to be careful for that. Now, this is a make or break moment.
Ooh.
If Puddings wants to explain.
Yeah, so Sky Garden is a track that is, by some miracle, PRBable. And we're going to see Abel hopefully keep it as long as he can. It's very death-defying. You're constantly going over gaps and clouds. But it is vital if you want the fastest possible time. Unfortunately, we did lose it, but even 1 lap is still very impressive. In Abel's current 32-track world record, he somehow, I don't even know how you did this, clutched it up and got it all 3 laps.
Wow.
And if it wasn't for that, he would not have gotten a 52-minute time.
Yep, 57.
That must be a lovely run to run against.
Oh my gosh. And to have this trick being in the second to last track of the run.
Yeah, that's
let me tell you.
That's one thing that I wish maybe we could curve the rules slightly and play this track first, but it's just not possible according to speedrun.com rules.
Yeah, if we could just get all the problem tracks in the first cup, I think this game would be a lot better.
Yes. Okay, so we're heading into the 30-second track, Yoshi Circuit, one of my personal favorites.
Now, crazy fun fact about this track that some of you may not know. Yoshi Circuit is actually shaped like Yoshi. Incredible, I know.
There he is. What a guy.
Yeah, one of my favorites. Unfortunately, they removed the little bridge, lower bridge section from Double Dash. I don't know if you remember, you could drop into this subterranean bridge after the tunnel area, I think.
Yeah, unfortunately that was cut. I think just a little bit too complicated for our small little thumbs to handle. And as you can see there as well, he uses a mini turbo in order to just kind of hop over the gap there. Very easy to do.
So we track fast laps for time trials. I know more of the modern Mario Kart games don't usually do that, but for the fast lap on this track, also held by Tiger, he, amazingly enough, holds PRB up until lap 2 and then starts the attempt. So if anybody's not aware, doing lap attempts is almost always going to be faster in lap 2, purely because of your positioning, your starting position as you enter the lap.
And we're approaching the very end here. Get ready on time. As soon as we cross the finish line.
GG.
Thank you very much.
I wonder, yeah, that was a pretty good run, honestly. I mean, items really screwed us over on Rainbow Road, but what can you do?
Yeah, that was actually better than I expected. So yeah, that was 32 tracks. Okay.
Good job. Well, I mean, you have a little more time to talk about this. I know that we've got, a whole load of other categories, and you've mentioned a whole load of names that seem very pivotal in, some ILs and stuff like that. But are there any core shout outs that you haven't mentioned already that you'd like to specify, for this particular category?
And I think,
I'm thinking
you're welcome to shout out yourself as well, because I know that you've been doing
for this category. It would probably be Abel, who brought the category.
I know you've been doing a fair bit of grinding of this recently as well.
Yes.
Showing it off on different places as well. So feel free to toot your own horn for a little bit.
Oh, thank you very much. You can watch me every day. Around the same time the stream started for Games Done Quick, twitch.tv/Abel. I've been grinding the 32 tracks category since around June or July of the summer. And I've also been playing All Missions, which I'll be showcasing in a bit later on. And as for any other shout outs, well, we have a very tight-knit community in the Mario Kart players page, a time trial community. That's where I've started out. That's where most of us have started out before moving on to RTA. So check out mariokart64.com/MKDS. We've got hundreds of players competing in time trials. And I think that's about it from me.
Awesome. And I imagine that this is, as far as categories go, this is one of the more accessible ones. When it comes to, learning the game and stuff like that, is that, something to check out on that website as well? Or are there any guides that folks, could have a look at?
I think, this is probably the most run category of the game. I mean, it's just pure racing.
Yeah.
In terms of, I guess, guides for it, go fast.
Solid. Yeah. Can't go wrong with that.
Yes, the website I cited is purely for time trials, but RTA has been a really recent innovation. So as for resources, if you go to speedrun.com/MKDS, there should be some resources in there, some splits, obviously some videos, the world records, and a few other high rank times. And I think that's about it in terms of the shout outs. Also, for Puddings for being here and commentating with me.
Awesome. Well, folks, this is not the last of Mario Kart DS, so I'm sure some more names will be thrown around the park, but we just saw 32 tracks. We and then going to be treated to All Missions. Once again, it's going to be Abel, and once again, it's going to be some class gameplay, let me tell you. So we're going to be having a little break, just an opportunity to take a check of ourselves and making sure that we're doing all right, making sure we're staying hydrated and well fed and all of the above. If you have the capacity to do so, maybe get up and have a little stretch, especially if you've been looking over your DS for the past hour or so. I know postures can definitely
I'm definitely going to do that. Yeah, that's a shout.
Yeah, so folks, we'll be back real quickly. We're going to be showing off some more Mario Kart DS love with All Missions. See you in a bit. Welcome back, folks. Hope you had great voice crack. What a time to be back. I hope you had a lovely break in the intermission, and once again, welcome back to the Games Done Quick Hotfix. This is Going Places. This is the show where we look at games from around the speedrun landscape, ones that we can take on our travels on portable consoles, as well as games that we travel distant lands to see that, we might not know as a game that came to our homes, something that is region exclusive. I know that there is a lot of hype going on around the internet at the moment, waiting for the awesome Games Done Quick games list to come out. That will be out very soon. Keep an eye on our socials. But in a week's time, we're going to be in person at an event Anyway, so GDQX is going to be live from TwitchCon October the 20th to the 22nd. It's going to be taking place on the Games Done Quick stage, as well as streamed live on this very Twitch channel. And if you're watching us on YouTube, hey, come over and check our Twitch channel. We're getting set up. You can also use !GDQX in the Twitch chat to find out more info and to check out the wonderful schedule that we have prepared for you all. Well, we have already had some fantastic Mario Kart action with Abel, and I believe we are in store for just that little bit more in All Missions. Abel, what's going to be happening?
All Missions is, I'd say, more of an exclusive, if you will, category, game mode that hasn't appeared in any other Mario Kart, strangely enough. The most similar thing we've had after Mario Kart DS was in Mario Kart Wii. We've had these online competitions in early 2008. I don't know if people remember. But yeah, mission mode basically involves just completing challenges, driving through numbered gates, collecting coins, destroying enemies with bombs, green shells and whatnot. So it definitely applies a lot of versatility in terms of your movement, and it's just not purely driving to the finish line. So yeah, a lot of interesting challenges in All Missions.
Yeah, we're in for a totally different experience here.
Nice. Let's go. Wow. I'm ready. I think chat is probably ready as well. So feel free to kick us in when you're ready.
Okay. Right, so we're starting with level 1-1 here. Ready for the countdown in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
So,
thank you.
We're starting off pretty simple here, just a simple drive through the gates. We're going to see a whole bunch of different challenges, lots of unique stuff. And I guess we could spend the first 2 missions kind of explaining the biggest thing that you're going to notice in this run is a glitch, or I guess you could call it a glitch, called the exit early glitch. So as you see here, April's going to pause and select go back to the menu. And by completing the mission in the fade out, it clears the whole, haha, you did it, animation. And you can basically, it saves something crazy like 2, 3, maybe 4 minutes over the course of the run. It's discovered, I want to say 5 years ago. That's what happens when you miss it, by the way. Good example.
I decided to play it safe there since it's very reset heavy because of the fish and their patterns.
Yeah. Discovered about 5 years ago, but wasn't used in RTA runs until about 2021. But it's very interesting time save, and it's very useful.
Definitely is. So the challenges vary. Collect the item boxes, destroy crates.
Yeah, I think that this is, honestly, I think this is why mission mode is so brilliant and why people still remember it to this day, is that it tests more of your skill set than pure racing. And I think it really does a good job of teaching people how to play the game and how to control the cart and everything. And you get to use every character.
Even though you're locked onto using the standard cart, so sadly we won't be seeing any Egg 1 action for this run. But yeah, it's still great to be able to be flexible with the different stats that are available to us. This mission is basically requiring you to mini turbo a staggering 4 times. Okay, so we've already beat the challenge. Nice. Sadly, I clipped the pipe there. So yeah, like Puddings was saying, it essentially teaches you the core mechanics in a fun way. And it's a bit sad that this hasn't been brought back in a future Mario Kart game. I really hope they bring it back in the future.
Yeah, it's just so unique, and we really enjoy it. And we're gonna see, these are pretty easy, of course, level 1, but we're gonna see things get a lot more challenging over time, and Abel's gonna need to get at least a star ranking on every single mission. And we'll explain why in a bit, But getting a star ranking is pretty free on about 95% of the missions, so we won't have to worry too much about that.
Also, one other thing to mention is at the end of every level, there is a boss fight. The bosses are basically based off of Super Mario 64 DS, which I think released maybe a year before this game released, or a few months before.
Yep, about a year.
About a year, okay.
This
So
is
nothing
an
interesting.
strategy.
I was gonna sarcastically say it's very interesting, yeah. So first boss here will be the big bully.
Yeah, we're gonna use. We're actually gonna forego the mushrooms in the center on that item box, and we're gonna use a different strategy to knock them off a little bit quicker. Backing up, and we're just gonna mini turbo them off. And we're done.
Genius. Oh, that's smooth.
Yeah, we can usually finish in about 5 seconds.
So this is the first Delfino Square mission. We'll be breaking all the crates, all 10 of them. And I'm gonna be purposely falling off into the water here to get the good respawn. So mini turbo off this crate, fall off, and you respawn at the top and collect the remaining 4. Like so. Okay. This is a mission where I'm sure a lot of people drove forward and then wondered, what's going on? You actually have to back off a little bit in order to... I missed a coin there. So I'm just going to restart that. No problem at all.
Yeah, the fact that they threw in a troll this devious this early into mission mode shocks me to this day. But I guess people probably haven't established enough trust with the game yet to be too offended by that. But it's quite the bamboozle.
Definitely. So here we're just driving into the numbered gates in order. You go on top of the shroom, clear the grass.
This is a good example of, the game mission mode giving you a cart or character combo that you probably would never use here. But it really tests kind of like how good can you be with carts that aren't quote unquote optimal.
And speaking of that, this is one of the worst to master. Peach has an insane drift stat. So hence why I'm not going to attempt any drifting here, especially on a track which has a slippery off-road. You can very easily miss a coin. And another thing I should mention is that the hitboxes are very, very, are smaller than usual compared to other Mario Kart games.
Yeah, an interesting thing about coin collecting missions as well is due to the way that they rotate, it's possible, very rarely, but it is possible to drive through a coin, completely visually through a coin and not collect it.
Wow.
I think I've done that once or twice, yeah.
if you're going fast enough. Because it can only be collected every 8th frame.
Oh. So if you're just going too fast, you
just drive straight through it.
That's hilarious.
It looks like the game's broken, and I mean, to be fair, it is.
Here it's key to collect the item box in order to get the shroom. So I can take this line tight, shroom like this, and then clip the boost panel just right.
Yes, the Toad Standard actually can PRB, but will not be useful to us in this mission.
No, not at all. Since you've got the mushrooms to aid.
Ooh.
Yeah. People think that angle is tighter, but it's really not as bad. Okay, this is one of the more complicated missions. You wanna... Okay, I missed one.
Yeah,
but basically destroy the pokies.
Interesting, because you would never do this in game. But
No.
but I like how it trains you at least to like aim and shoot things. Was that good? Oh, that was pretty good.
Yeah, it was a bit risky. This is the penultimate mission before facing the boss. Basically,
this is one of my least favorite ones. They just go slightly too fast for me.
Ooh. Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's always scary there.
He knows the timings.
All right, we have our favorite friend from Shifting Sandland here, IROC, or as he's known in Germany, Cyclops. Ooh, that's
Okay, I'm
unfortunate.
going to restart that because I've messed up the cycle there.
Yeah, the hitboxes on the eyes don't quite align with the eyes, as you can kind of see there, but we'll see it on the third phase for sure. So we want to get those green shells out as soon as we know that IROC will be vulnerable. We just wait for him to do his thing. And there we go.
Nice.
So that's level 2 cleared. We're heading into level 3. Another items collection mission.
Yeah, the pattern here might seem a little bit crazy, but ooh, they move in very mysterious ways. I think that'll be all right. I think that'll still 3-star.
Yeah, that's fine.
Nice.
All right, we get to see Bowser's just lovely face.
Oh, yeah.
You can really tell, the low poly modeling here did not do Bowser justice.
Oh, wait till we get to the other character.
Oh man, we're gonna see some wonderful teeth.
I like to refer.
This will be.
Yeah, I don't know why they did this character so dirty in this game. You'll soon see who. But I'd like to refer to the mission as the dentist chair.
Okay, this will be interesting.
So I got 2 stars there purely because I clipped the wall. And I think the 3-star condition on some of the missions is dependent on many things. So sometimes it's dependent on whether you're like, sometimes it's time dependent, and sometimes it's whether you hit a wall or not, as far as I remember.
Yeah, there's also instant fail conditions. Like sometimes there'll be like, oh, if you spin out on this, you instantly fail, or you get docked pseudo points.
Also, I did name that mission after Gaza, to that person in the chat. But this is one of the battle courses.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite missions in the entire game. I think it's technical driving with Mario is something you never get to do. But I think it's just like with all the barriers and stuff, I think it's a really fascinating test of skill.
But yeah, it's mostly about memorizing the right pattern here, collecting all the coins, and exiting as normal.
Nice.
So that's another 3 stars. Another thing I'd like to mention is that you need at least a star rating on all 6 levels in order to unlock the 7th level.
Yeah, I don't know if people in chat actually, knew about level 7, but there is a 7th level of missions after you complete the level 6 first levels. But only appears when you get a star ranking. I know I didn't know about that until I was like probably a young teenager. And I've been playing this game since I was probably about 5 or 6 years old.
Wow. Well, nothing special about this mission, just 10 mini turbos to complete, get to the finish line as quickly as possible. Admittedly, it's a bit of a pain sometimes because of how short the mini turbo boost is for DK's kart.
Right,
But we have to get through it.
A real monster of a mission here. This was the bane of my existence for a while.
Yeah,
you had to
I agree.
hit 5 Monty moles, and you had to be rather precise with it. But as long as you have a strat like Abel is doing that, I have a consistent strat with another mole. But the individual level for this mission is they just go and just shoot randomly and randomly hit 5 moles. Like I think it's like 8 seconds.
Are they like on particular cycles when you start the level?
Yeah,
or
it's consistent every time.
Okay.
So. All right.
Interesting.
So yeah, this one of the few instances of RNG in mission mode. The item you get from this is random, and we want triple mushrooms. They're just a lot faster. We can take a better line by just boosting.
I've gotten a single mushroom before.
Yeah, you can also get
unlucky.
a red shell in that mission.
And a red shell, that's correct, yeah.
Yeah. So here's Goom Boss. This is, fun fact, the last appearance of Goom Boss in any video game ever. He died.
Oh no.
He died.
He could not handle losing, I guess.
Yeah, we won't see it, but in the winning animation, he literally explodes
Wow.
into a puff of smoke.
This is so sad.
So on an optimal run here, basically you can get boosted forward by Goomboss if you have the right angle. But I didn't get the right angle, but it's fine. It can be a run killer. If you get
stuck behind him.
Exactly, yeah. If you get knocked to the wall.
Yeah, we're just gonna finish this off, and we're gonna say goodbye to Goom Boss forever.
R.I.P.
All right, on to level 4. Interesting thing we're going to see here at the beginning here is if we bump DK during this part, he is guaranteed to hit a snowman. Watch the bottom screen. That's just how his pathing works, and it is...
Bit of slapstick never goes amiss. That's great.
So what I did there at the beginning was purposely slow down in order to grab a box, which will give me a star, and then I'm going to use this opportunity to grab another item, and it should give me enough time to clear the hill here, and I should be good. Yep, it's a bit scary because you might fall off from the edge, but we're good.
Yes, you can actually drive off the top section of the track down to the lower section, but it's very precise and it's pretty far into the mission, so to kind of go for that and then have to restart, not worth.
No, not at all.
A live setting.
But it's something that I'll definitely practice. Okay, this is all you, Puddings.
This is affectionately called Crab Rave. Basically, we're just going to go around and we have to eliminate 20 crabs. It is one of my favorite ILs in the entire game. I've grinded it for so many hours. It's just such a thrilling... it's the only like pure RNG mission in the game. They come in on a pattern and you just have to knock them out and hope you get like the great combo of green shells and bombs. You can use bombs to take out clusters of them, as we might see here, or we'll get single green shells. And a fun fact is the task for this mission is under 8 seconds.
Wow. Is that just like a whole load of bombs?
Just green shells being shot in the most insane directions possible, and they all hit.
Incredible.
Yeah, it's not the best to get bombs in that mission. It's mostly better, at least for RTA, to get as many triple greens as possible.
Yeah, you're aiming for a time of at least 1:10 left in the timer there. I don't know what it was. I wasn't paying attention.
So this mission is pretty simple. Just beat the red car, the speeding red car, who I like to refer to as MK Dasher. He famously had a 2-lap PRV world record here before it was taken by Tiger. And it was also the track where the record stood for over 11 years, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get a lot more time trial references, don't worry. Yeah,
MK Dasher actually holds 2 records that both held for over 4,000 days. He's just really good at this video game. What can I say? And doing strats way ahead of his time.
One of the few instances of PRB here. Hopefully I can do it. I was a bit too slow there, I'm afraid. But it is possible to cut the grass there for a bit of time save.
Yeah, this is the standard Luigi kart. While it can PRB, has about, I want to say like 10 less frames to get out a mini turbo than the egg. So it's a lot more precise. But you know, honestly, even driving like this is pretty good. Make sure you don't hit any puddles. And there you go.
Smooth.
I want to give a shout out to TB1, Swiss Mario Kart player, legend of the scene. Unfortunately, couldn't be with us. But he
He's
is
not
in
dead.
the chat. No, he is. He is not dead. No. But yes, legend of the game. Was at one point and is probably to some degree still one of the best multiplayer players to ever play the game. So, and a former world champion of time trials.
Yeah. Another just fun fact that I had to point out about that previous mission. There's gate missions in this game. That is the only mission in the game that does not have numbered gates. You can enter them in any order.
Interesting.
So here I want to make a very important cycle, a boulder cycle.
And also, we have the pattern memorized, of course, but for people who are new to this game, the bottom screen exists. Use it. You can very easily see through the fakes. And
I was still using the bottom screen when I was learning the category, so it's absolutely fine. So this next mission, go through 7 numbered gates, pick up the items, take the shortcuts, and yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory, I think.
yeah, this is pretty satisfying to play. I enjoy kind of just going over the hills and as this yellow man. All right,
Yes.
King Boo. This boss gave me nightmares as a kid. Just the way he jumps out at you like this gives me shivers to
Scary
this
guy.
day. So what we're gonna do, we're actually going to intentionally drive off the course here. This is to prevent King Boo from going into a cycle where he steals your coins.
Okay.
And by doing this twice in the fight, we basically manipulate no slow cycles and we can just kind of do our thing, collect our coins, and have a good time.
So you fall off at 10 coins and then the next time at 35 coins. And I'll be collecting the remaining 15 now.
Yeah. This is the fastest RTA strategy. There is one task strategy where you face in certain angles to manipulate King Boo's pattern. I still haven't figured out a way to make that RTA viable. All right. Call the Baja Men because we figured out who let the dogs out. This is just a very strange mission, but the music of it kind of hypes you up after, you know, getting scared by King Boo. And you notice that actually the chain chomps don't have their chains in this mission.
Which freaks a lot of Mario Kart Wii players out. Apparently.
Yeah, we've had like multiple people be like, where are the chains? What happened to them?
Well, you know, they're so used to having the little like wrist strap around their Wii. You know, DSs don't need that kind of thing. They're just like different breed. DS runners are different breed.
So here we
Ooh,
got the dentist chair.
Yes.
You are not lying.
Oh my gosh,
Ooh.
just the teeth, the expression.
Ooh, he's just he's on a mission.
Yeah, this is
permission?
also that mission in particular also has a 76-way tie for the world record on it.
Oh my god.
Let's go.
Because just people just love, you know, DK's dental hygiene and just want to promote it.
Ooh, the timing. Oh, that's cool to see. I like that.
Yeah, that mission used to be a big run killer for me. It's very difficult to get the timing on the first item box. So this is a mission where the vehicles are coming towards you. Just
To be
have
fair,
to.
we are driving backwards.
Yes. Oh yeah, that's true. I'm gonna be going over here and shrooming to reduce airtime and taking the next shroom, which was laid out on the track, and collecting the next item box and shrooming behind this yellow car.
Yeah, you want to beat that truck coming towards you there. That's a good time. All right. So we have Mario Circuit here. This is a pretty interesting one. We're going to PRB the first corner because we're cool. And we're hoping for, I think, shrooms on the first one and a star on the second one. Hey, look at that.
We've got just
Good
that.
start.
So let's hope for the star here. Now, you see, the developers just kind of went crazy here. Shrooms are fine. And they just kind of went in the level editor and they just plopped a bunch of piranha plants down. There's just haphazardly. There's no rhyme or reason. Now, Abel's not going to go for it, but you can actually hop over that wall at the end there. It was discovered in 2014 and save a little bit of time. The individual level world records does that, but Abel is morally opposed.
Yes, and I'll explain why. I used to be the world record holder on this track for both the 3-lap and flap before this sinful wall hop was discovered. So
How dare they?
I never been too fond of it, and I've always struggled to do it. But anyway, we've got another DK Pass mission here. Go through the gates again. You want to be fast enough to avoid this snowball coming up there. Yep, just the one on the left. As it gets in the way of your...
Oh, jeez.
Oh, and don't even mention it.
So this is just pure unfair precision. You just have to kind of launch up.
Oh,
Ooh, double coin.
I got double, yeah.
That's very lucky. You can't really see where the coin's going to be until you're up in the air. And you just got to pray you got the right line. And many a world record pace have been lost to this.
Definitely. I didn't want to risk the early exit glitch there, just to secure the collection. Oh,
It seems we've swayed opinion on that wall hop shortcut. Other people are now also saying in chat that they will refuse to use it.
Ooh.
All right, so we actually want to go a little. We slowed down a little bit in the beginning of the mission to avoid hitting that fireball, which has a very deceptively large hitbox.
indeed. I
And
want
if
to
you
take
hit
this.
it, you just die.
Yeah, it does it cancel the mission? I'm actually not too sure.
Well, it makes you so you can't get a star anymore.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
All right, King Babam. We're gonna hopefully do this first try. It's a strat where if you kind of hop to the left, you can make King Babam not see you, and he will bomb himself or not. It's fine though. But we can make him hit himself if you do it perfectly. But we're just gonna wait an extra cycle. It should be all right.
Yeah, it would have been over by around now.
It would have already been over, yeah. But we're just gonna grab a bomb, turn around, and hit him in the back.
Nice.
Okay, on to level 6 now.
We get to see Bowser's lovely face. This won't be the last time, don't worry. For some reason, like half the Bowser missions in this category have them,
Backwards
so
driving.
we just have to look at them. They really wanted you to admire the model.
I always struggled to get 3 stars here when I was younger. And I realized you have to like sway from one direction to the other.
All right. 6-2 is a very difficult mission. I'm gonna let Abel focus on this one, but there's a lot of different routes you can take, and hitting these guys can be very difficult to do optimally. Ooh, slight miss cycle, but we have backups. Okay, this is honestly all right. 37.
Not too bad, yeah. I'll take that. Usually you can get a 40 with the right cycle, but I played it safe there. Well, I wasn't fast enough because I think I missed the start boost, but it's no problem. Crisis averted. Here you want to get the triple coin lines with a single MT in between each time.
Yeah, you can do more, but the risk reward is very not good.
Yeah, especially on a track with such slippery terrain.
Right. So we're gonna go and all over the place on this mission. Just basically using every shortcut we want. And I personally kind of like this mission, except for the part where it's with Peach, but pretty short and sweet.
It's much harder than it looks to effectively clear all the gates.
So this time we get to play as the bad guy, and this mission's very fun. I enjoy this one, Peach Gardens backwards. And there isn't a particularly optimal item strategy. We just want to avoid red shells and just kind of make our way through the maze. The developers, once again, kind of just went haphazard with the barriers, but that's okay. We're going to shroom through the flowers and then do it one more time.
Last item set here, ideally, shrooms is best.
Nice.
All right, 6, 7. This is very complicated. So there's a number of routes. We're gonna hope that Abel can hit the best one here. We have to collect 40 coins in this pattern while avoiding clock hands. If you hit the clock hands, your coins spill out all over the place and you're better off just resetting.
Oh. I imagine it's just a big race against time, which is, funny with the TikTok, but I imagine it's just all the cycle, right?
It's fine that we use the coin. We can kind of collect it over here. Are we gonna make it? Ooh, that's fine.
Better safe than sorry. Nice.
Yeah, pretty good.
Good enough. Okay, so another mission where you need to empty a certain number of times.
Was 4 mini turbos. Level 3, we had to do 9. And now we're all the way up to 14. What will they throw out next? You can actually edit the in-game value to be all the way up to 99 on these missions for maximum torture.
I was about to say, how challenging does that actually? Because, you're making this look very easy, but I imagine in a short course, 99 might be a bit of a push.
99's a bit much, yeah. But maybe 30 or so would be a challenge.
This one, as much of a run killer as it can be, it's one of my favorite missions. You just have to collect all the item boxes.
And this is the most crucial one. We want to make sure we hit that and then get over here as quickly as possible. The cycles, when you do it like this, line up just right. It's very satisfying when everything goes correct on this mission. You just kind of intercept everything as it comes by. And we're gonna get this one, turn around, and it's gonna come around the corner, and there we go.
Nice. That's
very nicely done. All right.
And on to Chief Chili now.
This guy is like Big Bully, but even worse.
Cold.
Yeah. So you have to hit him off 3 times, but we're not going to see it here, assuming Abel does everything right. But he can jump out of the way of your shrooms and force you to kind of just drive into the water and lose a balloon. Yeah. But Abel does that, and very crucial that we quit out of that mission, because if we don't, it plays the staff credits.
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
And
well done.
Yeah.
Lose like a minute.
Have you had any runs tied to that?
Yes.
I'm pretty certain, yes.
Oh no.
Not recently, but it has happened. This is a very scary mission. If you exit out of level 6 and okay, I'm on world record pace, and now I have to drive a track which has essentially almost no railings with this cart. Yeah, it's a hard time.
Oh yeah, because you mentioned that Peach has got like a crazy drift stat.
This is usually where somebody in chat will yell, "Do the shortcut," in chat, and we will never do the shortcut in an RTA run. The day that gets done in an RTA run
it's over.
It's over.
Yeah, it certainly is over. Okay, this is another good one. You race against Bowser. Bowser Castle is one of the more technical tracks, and okay, he's bumped me out of the way from getting any items, but not to worry. There's another item set here.
Sadly, we will not be able to hit the thwomp with a star, but we will satiate our bloodlust elsewhere.
I know
We
it's a
have
bit
to-
late, but we're getting quite a lot of people asking for the shortcut. So
Well, we can do the ending shortcut on this track.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, we can. You can do it with a triple shrooms and with a star.
Nice.
And I failed it? Oh my god.
I
It
think we
didn't
went too far
trigger.
to the right.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, we're doing it again.
Okay, let's do it one more time.
Maybe you'll get an item at the start this time around. Hey, there we go.
Ooh,
Oh, he's bullying you though.
Yeah,
Bowser's-
he's in a mood today, let's just say.
Maybe he didn't like people making fun of his appearance from the front.
Mm. Okay.
yeah, Mario just going over there and being like, "Take a this," in his face over and over again. Sick of it. Alright, we should get it this time.
Yeah.
There we go.
Hey, nice.
So there are some very tricky missions, and then there's this one. So a lot of the other missions, they'll be like, oh, you know, hit some Goombas, hit some crabs, you know, go hit some crates, go through some gates. This one just says drive 2 laps, but we do get a couple extra features to contend
Oh yeah,
with.
just yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Just dodge
the,
3 pendulums at once.
yeah. The gears are also spinning on double time.
Ooh.
And all the clock hands. And to complement it all, you get the wonderful character of DK to do it all with.
Definitely. It's interesting how they kept this theme from Mario 64, where you can modify the time at which you enter the level, if anybody remembers that.
True. Yeah, this game has a lot of references. Ooh.
Okay, so the cogs stop spinning there. I think they reset and they go into the other direction.
Oh, okay. I did wonder.
Yeah, but you can beat that if you're fast enough. So you don't have that awkward situation.
Okay. So this one is a collect coin mission, but it's very precise. And when you're at this point of the run, you're about 95% of the way through the run, and your hands are very shaky, and you have to very precisely hit coins like that. And if you miss one, it's game over.
The good thing about being on level 7 is that, I mean, unless you're on world record pace, you can still complete a run and, okay, missing it multiple times. But you don't need a star rating in order to, because you're not unlocking anything.
Hopefully
Okay.
we can get through this without any more issues. The airborne coins are the real nasty ones.
Hold on. I'm gonna do that because if I touch the fire, it basically ends the mission. So I wanted to play it safe there.
Yeah.
Okay,
There you
thank
go.
God. That
Still a
gets 1
star.
star, but it doesn't matter.
So once again, get your hello Bubbas in chat. We're gonna see him one more time. I'm really happy that he's here once again at the end of the run
There he
Hello,
is.
Bubba.
to cheer us on.
What a guy.
So this mission involves collecting the 10 item boxes, evading the bananas, and just heading to the finish line. Well,
It does get
heading
to-
to the last item box,
Yeah.
shall I say?
Yeah, it gets to take you on a route through the house that you're not usually going on, but I think this one's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like this mission.
All right. 7-7. We get to see Bowser one last time. I know we all.
There's a very advanced strat here where, as opposed to going around the crates, you can break them, which is a strat I've yet to actually master for RTA.
But we're actually hopping here to kind of increase the speed of Bowser turning because his turning radius is awful. And if we hit the fire bars and at all, instantly fail the mission. So we want to be careful.
Yep, you do.
So we got 7-6. This is a very tricky one. Has the shortest time limit of any mission. But you just got to go around. You don't have to
Wow,
drift.
that was tight.
Yeah.
That is really tight.
Yeah, you can fail that very easily. So here I want to get an item box. Get rid of 3 Goombas, grab the next one, get rid of another 3, and then go to the end. And basically, it's a shooting gallery. You want to fire as much as possible. Getting
Yeah,
rid of
we
30.
just
And just sit on the item box and camp for green shells.
Only 30 spawned at like one time.
They're all spawned in at the beginning, and you just have to hit them all. But obviously, the draw distance, sometimes they can be obscured.
Yeah. That's quite funny, though. It's quite a funny strategy.
But this is another mission that can kind of make or break you. Depending on
I feel like
how-
a Goomba is... Oh, never mind. I can't count. I thought there were 3 remaining. Okay. On to the final boss. It's the Wiggler race on Mushroom Bridge.
This is a special version of Mushroom Bridge. We're going to have a race here with Wiggler, and we're going to need to collect stars in order to power up. And then if you hit those particular trucks, it will give you a mushroom, which you can use to go just that ever little bit faster.
Oh, okay.
And as long as we keep on hitting the star blocks, this should be a pretty easy mission. Very stressful though, especially at the end of a run, to keep your composure and keep hitting those boxes. But I think it should be all right.
Yeah, this is looking good. I'm going to get these 2 rooms here. Secure this item box. Yeah.
And we're not going to see it because we're just so far ahead, but Wiggler gets into his angry form on lap 3, and turns red, and goes a little bit faster.
Unfortunately, you can't tap the bottom screen to see an icon or anything.
Yeah, the bottom screen is actually disabled in mission mode. The bottom screen, the toggle. It makes a sound, actually. This is an obscure fact. I'm going to ruin the end of the run. But it makes a sound at the minimum possible volume that the game can play sounds.
GG.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to talk over there.
Yeah, of course. Very
Yes.
nicely done.
Thank you. Yeah, so that's all missions.
Nicely done.
Just gonna press next and that will play the credits. Unlike for 32 tracks where the credits don't play in after finishing all tracks in order in versus mode.
Yeah, so I guess we can, I want to give a couple shout outs for this category because, 32 track is basically just the Able story. But there's a lot for this category that I think is really valuable. There was a player, and again, he's not dead, just we haven't heard from him in a while, but player by the name of Bitter from the Netherlands, who basically kind of revolutionized this category. He took the record from, I believe, 43 minutes all the way down to a 38:59.
Oh, wow.
All single-handedly, and took basically all of the IL records. And he really got me into this category, along with another runner, I think who might be in chat, by the name of Charles. and then kind of introduced us to the next generation of Abel and other new runners. So
Yes.
a lot of thanks has to go to Bitter.
Yes, so the current world record is a 37:57 by me. I remember how difficult it was to grind all the way to a 38, but I'm glad to have pushed it. And yeah, it was definitely because of Bitter. So shout outs to him for sure. And shout outs to all the Japanese runners back in the day, like Polygon, and there's a few other names who've done some crazy IL records.
Yeah, Rupa.
Yeah. And Rupa, of course, yeah.
Rupa, I recognize that name. They ran Mario Kart, Mario 64?
Mario 64
Yes.
DS.
DS? Yeah. Yeah, I think they've been on the show as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to them.
He retired from this game and then went on to dominate that game. Just very talented.
Nice.
Yes.
Well, you mentioned something earlier on in this run. We did a little shout out to Tibby1. Is that how you say it? Tibby1?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, TB1.
Nice. And in the credits we saw thanks to the folks that developed the Wi-Fi capabilities of this. And somebody asked, can you still do wireless races?
So yeah, you can do online races. So Nintendo Wi-Fi connection shut down, I believe, in April or May of 2014. But we've developed a team of people have developed a custom server to host Wii games and DS games, 3DS games, I think. So yeah, you can still connect online. We have still so many players playing Mario Kart DS Wi-Fi.
Yeah, you can find information on how to connect to those servers and find people to play with on our main Discord, which is linked on the speedruns.com page. I'm pretty sure you can just Google it. I don't know. But there's a lot of people every hour of the day. We got people across the world ready to play Wi-Fi with you.
Yes. In fact, the second Saturday of every month, we hold the Japanese community holds a Wi-Fi festival where all the players gather and play at the same time, and all Westerners also join in. So yeah,
they've been doing it for
years and years and years.
15 years now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That's I calling it a festival. I don't know why. I don't know. That makes it seem.
Yeah, I think it's the direct translation. Yeah, it's called the Japan Exchange Battle, but they call it, I think, a festival as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, there's a guy who writes a blog on it. It's great.
That's great.
That's All Missions.
Well, you're getting a thanks for playing, and you're going to get a thanks for running from me at the very least. Do you mind just showing us, whilst we're here and whilst we talked so much about it, the teeth that we saw earlier on again? Is there a quick way of booting that up?
Yeah.
Just go to 5.2 again, probably.
I mean, we can just... he's right there.
We could just... Oh, there he is. Wow. Trudy. That is peak ape performance right there.
Yeah, you also notice the lack of legs. He's just a wedge down there.
Oh, he is. That is horrifying.
Which mission was it putting?
5.2.
5.2, okay. Might as well boot it up one more time.
Let's see him.
There he is.
That's just sheer determination right there.
He's hopping, so he's happy to be selected again.
I mean, you would be, wouldn't you? And this is the one you mentioned, joint world record for 70 people?
76, yes.
76.
76 people, yep.
Incredible. Wow. Alrighty. Well, I think we've had our fun with All Missions, folks. We are going to be heading to another intermission, and then we're going to be seeing some of the tracks that we saw earlier, but even faster. The speed of the carts are definitely going to be switched up. We're going to be seeing what 300cc does to this game, thanks to a little bit of tinkering behind the scenes. So wait with us as we get that set up. And as we head into this intermission, just a reminder that all of your subs, gift subs, prime subs, bits, cheered on the channel in between our mainline events help make these hot fixes happen. And I'm going to be honest, I have an absolute blast putting these together, showing you various strange games and some less strange games. I think this one probably falls in the less strange, but it's good fun, and I think the runners enjoy it. So definitely do consider, if you do have the capacity, to support the channel and support the hot fixes happening, and drop a sub if you fancy that, and to enjoy the music during our breaks whilst we run the ads. But folks, we are going to be having a little intermission, just another opportunity to check yourself, make sure you're all right, get hydrated. Posture checks, of course, DS game. You know, we've mentioned it earlier, but gotta keep an eye on ourselves.
You know it.
There we go. Well, intermission, and then 300cc. It's gonna go crazy. See you there. Welcome back, folks, to this Mario Kart DS mania that we've had going on Going Places. Just a reminder that this is Going Places. This is the Games Done Quick hotfix, where we have a look at speedrun for games that were made either especially for handheld consoles. Sometimes we even throw Switch games in because kind of handheld. You know how it is. As well as region-exclusive games. Now, I'm sure a whole lot of people who have Switches, they won't be too far away from a copy of Mario Kart 8, but we are going to be seeing some more Mario Kart DS action before we throw over to that. Just a reminder that Games Done Quick is actually hiring at the moment. If you are a business developer or have experience in recruiting sponsorships and would like to work for GDQ, then you can apply at gamesdonequick.com/jobs if you're interested. Big thank you to anybody who has applied already. And if you think that that's something that is there for you, something that you're interested in, then yeah, we'd love to hear from you. A reminder that if you're watching us on YouTube, then be sure to press the like button on this video and subscribe. And you can find us on twitch.tv/gamesdonequick to catch us as we're live and as the action is happening, joining in on us saying hello to Bubba, because that is a very important, I feel like that's a duty that chat now has. But I don't know. I don't think we're going to be seeing Bubba this time around, which will be very sad for us. But we're going to be seeing what is described as the comedy show of the runs that we have tonight. We've done a bit of tinkering. We've been modifying our karts a little bit. 300cc. Abel, what on earth is about to happen?
I think Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is 200cc run. Take it up a notch by 100cc. And you've got 300cc. So this is a hack extension on speedrun.com. Admittedly, not as many people play it, but we like to have fun, give this game some more replayability. And I hope everybody enjoys this. We'll be doing the Nitro Cups.
Awesome. Well, we as ready as we can be. I'm looking forward to whatever carnage is going to unfold. Okay.
So the first thing I'd like to say is that I'll be selecting the dry bomber, mainly because of handling, because we'll be doing a lot of, it'll be 300cc regardless of what speed class I choose here, but for the sake of consistency, I'm going to set it to hard, horse order, and 16 races as we're doing the Nitro Cups. So yeah, we're going to be starting with figure 8 and ending on Rainbow Road. So yeah, ready for a countdown. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right.
Good luck.
Man, I just really could have added
you'll need
Bubba
it.
Okay, so behold.
Oh! Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm going to be doing a bit of snaking here because it helps a little bit. But yeah, we are bowling right now.
We are zooming.
Yeah. We are
By
zooming.
the way, actually, mini turbos are slower.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, they seem faster to me, honestly, when you do it. But okay,
No, it's
I'm just going to go
because they
straight.
add the speed lines.
Ah, okay. And I won't do them anymore.
It's placebo.
So yeah, this category will involve a lot of braking, not on this track. But Oh, wow. I actually got green there.
But you still go so... Oh my gosh, you still go so fast, even getting hit.
We're going to see if we can get a sub-minute time here.
Yeah,
I think we are.
easily.
Yep, 56. So we just beat the world record by a good 15 seconds.
Let's go, world record.
Let's go. Yeah.
All right, so now we have the first introduction to a sloped ground. So we're gonna need to be careful when we return to the main road so we don't go flying. An interesting thing about this hack is that boost panels slow you down. Because I guess when they're doing the math to add your speed, I think it inverses and makes you go slow.
Yeah. There are some instances where it's useful. Oh, it's useful to actually go on a boost panel. Just, you know, you don't actually end up out of bounds or anything. But,
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah,
38.
casual 38. So the next one, I'm going to show you what happens after the water section if you don't slow down. So you're going to be doing a lot of braking in order to avoid any problems. So we're going to be zooming. We're going to be zooming. Oh God, what's this? I'm not slowing down. Oh, hold on. Oh, we're good. We're good. We didn't get an awkward bounce. Okay. I'll Okay, that was surprisingly good, but I can deliberately show you what happens just by not hopping or doing anything, which should be something like this. Exactly.
Yep. Oh, and that was pretty tame, but
Yeah, usually you go all the way in that direction, pretty far out, but
there are times when you can get launched outside of the skybox.
Wow. That sounds awesome. I love seeing games like from that sort of angle. It's good fun.
And it's pretty standard. All right, so Luigi's Mansion is the track we had to be very careful for.
yeah, especially the beginning section here, you can actually clip out of bounds if you're not careful. Let's see what happens.
You want to make sure you're also not braking on the stairs themselves because you can crash the game. So I guess I can explain that really quick. If you press A and B and perform a spin on the stairs leading into the mansion, the game hard crashes.
Hard crashes. Wow.
You have to reset the console. Yeah.
Dang.
It's due to it trying to load a sound effect that doesn't exist. Yeah, it's fixed on Wii U, which is surprising.
Oh,
Ooh.
oh God.
Skip.
Would have been sick if it spawned me down there, but I think it might have skipped the checkpoint. I'm not sure, Puddings. You might know.
I don't know the checkpoint map for this map, unfortunately.
Okay.
But
The CPUs are all grouped up here.
yeah,
I'm just going to go say hello to them, maybe play with them with a banana. No?
and just easily lap them all real quick. Say goodbye again. Just make a complete mockery of it. Usually we're used to like a good split for the Mushroom Cup is around like 6 minutes. And I think we're going to be well under 5 with this one.
Yeah, we should be clocking in around, 450 something. A nice gold split.
Right? Just
And this one should be very good because it gives you the opportunity to,
it gives you the opportunity
Hopefully,
to take
yeah.
flight.
so luckily there's a skybox there. But it gives you the opportunity to jump over those hills, which are a big time save.
Also, just off-road is a thing of the past with this helpful hack. And there we go.
Yeah, and strangely enough, I was pressing B from a while, but the speed just it just kept going. Oh, that's a clean
Ooh,
cut.
Very, very nice.
That was nice, yeah. I'm going to try cut through here again.
We have a similar hack to this called Big Ramby, where we take the Ramby Rider kart of Donkey Kong and basically give it the same stats. And the Ramby record in that hack for this track is highly prestigious.
Yes, so I hear. And we just go out of bounds literally at the end, but that's fine. And I like the next one here. I was playing around with it earlier. You can basically... There is a way to cut the dock jump. Instead of landing on the wooden floorboard, you can basically jump all the way to the mud shortcuts that we were taking in 32 tracks for the first and second laps.
It's similar to what they do in Mario Kart Wii, I believe.
So like that.
To the 4 people who play Mario Kart Wii flaps. We're thinking of you.
God bless, yeah.
So yeah, we're just gonna go through this beautiful meandering streets of Isle Delfino in record time.
So any elevation changes, you have to be very, very careful, because you'll get air instantly. Like for example here, I didn't get much air there because I slowed down. Right there you can see.
I would be very scared to see. I mean, never mind the concept of, a sort of skeletal turtle type humanoid
Just hurling
but
around in the air,
yeah, just zipping around and just like, oh my goodness, what has happened?
Yeah, taking like a field, like a vacation to Venice, and you just see like this tank just going through at Mach 10.
So for this one, I would try and skip half the track here, but unfortunately the checkpoints won't allow me to, so I'll just... Well, there's an invisible wall there, unfortunately, but if you jump high enough, you can basically skip that section, if I'm not mistaken.
And also that would work. The checkpoints actually do allow for that.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, there are no checkpoints that you actually have to hit during this entire red rail section here.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, but we can just kind of go through record time. We don't actually go that much faster than a world record here.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think
We
so.
have to slow down so much.
But from playing this category just a little bit, I can see that the key is not to necessarily drift, but to hug the walls as much as you can, and that's just about the best line you can get. And just sort of buffering the A button.
Yeah, it's kind of similar to, I think Diddy Kong Racing does that, where you rapidly tap A is actually faster than holding down A. So
Yes.
similar to this. Except that game is significantly less silly than this category, but it is pretty silly.
Oh, I can agree.
And of course, to anybody wondering, obviously these don't count as actual records.
Oh my god, did you see that dodge?
Yeah,
That was incredible.
Incredible, yeah.
Bob and weave.
No, you're telling me these aren't legit?
No, unfortunately, if you submit
crazy.
a 48-second figure 8 circuit to the player's page, we will not accept it.
And be keeping a very watchful eye on whatever your future submissions are, I'm sure.
Unfortunate.
Wow.
So yeah, we're just gonna drive across. No big deal. And keep, close to the walls. Walls are our friend. The B button is our friend. This is very chaotic. It's, similar to just, you're already wrong way driving on the highway, and then you're also doing it in a turbo tank.
I'm actually kind of surprised I haven't been lightninged yet. I But I did set it to hard difficulty, so I guess the RNG is good.
I think you're just not allowing the computers enough time to get power items.
Yeah, it could be the case. I don't think I've been blued yet either. Wow.
Or maybe you're speaking too soon.
Maybe.
Let's hope it doesn't happen. We'll see. We'll see.
I will say I didn't modify any of the item values, so just the speed.
There we
I
go.
didn't even know the checkpoint went out that far.
You can actually jump off much earlier. It's just I had a bad angle there.
Wow.
Again, this is obviously, as I was mentioning in my 32 tracks run, a track where elevation changes are frequent. The terrain is very unfriendly to anybody snaking or trying to go fast. So for 300cc, this is a killer. So I'm going to try and...
We're just going to take it nice and easy.
Nice and easy, exactly. Good thing here that we have this... oh, never mind. I'm out of bounds. But the boost panel certainly helps to slow down and, well, doesn't help to hit the snowman either. Oh, no.
Yep. Pretty standard. There actually is some fun area off to the right there on this turn here. There's actually some ground over there, and if you use the right hacks, you can actually drive over there and hang out.
Wow.
Similar to, I think it's the island in GoldenEye 64's dam level. You can just kind of hang out.
Oh, wow.
Nice jump.
Yeah, I didn't expect that at all, and I'm hitting the snowman again. Or luck.
See some lovely real estate off to the side there as well. Once you get, in the summers you want to go to the lovely beach houses on Cheap Cheap Beach, but during the winter it can be fun to stay at the nice ski chalet.
I mean, in this economy, it's a tough one,
Yeah, especially
high property
considering
value over here.
Considering you can drive straight through coins. It's hard to make the payments.
Yeah.
And that's CK Pass. Bit shaky, but we got there.
Still well ahead of the 150cc record.
Yeah. This one here, you can jump ahead of the gear there. Not gear, sorry. The hand. And it's fine if you get hit. You're still retaining the speed, so it's no problem. We just go fast. And unfortunately, we go out of bounds again.
I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Going fast.
Truly.
Or I guess for the brand of this particular stream, going quick.
There we go.
Yeah, nothing too special about this track. Just hoping we stay alive in these trying times.
There's so much to ask.
Oh man, it's only going to get worse. There are a lot of tracks that can really mess you up.
Cool.
Oh, our first blue, which unfortunately I cannot outrun. But you can outrun the blues in this category. So hopefully that can be showed off at some stage.
Yeah. Pretty easy finish, and there is a fun thing that could happen sometimes after TikTok clock. For some reason, the game just will crash. I said like 1 out of like every 250 times, the game just crashes after TikTok clock. It's happened 3 times before, twice to Abel and once to me.
Oh, you mean it on a regular run?
Regular run, but I
Yeah,
assume
I do
it
remember
would
that.
also happen here.
Yeah. Okay, so for the sake of trying it, I'll try the wall hop.
Oh,
Hold on, I need to get full speed here.
It's close.
There we go.
There we go.
Hey,
Yeah. Not so
definitely
bad.
still save time.
And it is a pretty cool cut to perform. It's pretty tricky, but
You
there's
can
a little,
perform it on 100cc as well.
Yeah.
Something to add.
Yeah. Some those who are skilled with it, you can see like there's a little bit of a lip in the grass,
Hey,
and you just kind of
nice.
hop at the right time, and there you go.
Or Toad getting their item stolen.
We're going fast and witnessing crimes. There's a fun side category where you can go out of bounds from this wall and actually visit Peach's castle there on the side.
No way.
Oh, yeah, that is true.
The road leading into Peach's castle actually is drivable. It's solid. And you can actually do it, no mods or anything, and you can drive over there and there's a speed run for it.
That's great.
Yeah, it's one of our favorite meme categories. In addition to crash percent, which is where you go and hard crash the game on Luigi's Mansion as fast as possible.
Let's go.
What's the record there? It's a 5 something?
5.174 by Toa, and he actually ties the task that I made.
Wow.
I've brute forced it and I can't save a frame.
That's what speedrunning's about. matching a task for just completely, not quite bricking console, but
Yeah, no, I think getting the world record in a meme category where you literally crash the game and having it be so optimal that you tie the task is an achievement few can brag about.
I feel like you achieved legendary status at that point. If you haven't already, then that certainly does. And also just making tasks for this sort of stuff. We've been seeing a lot of love in the chat for your task efforts, and like you've been talking about them puddings. Is there any like, I know you've been mentioning like a lot of personal favorite things here and there, but is there anything from your task adventures that like, I imagine you found out a lot about this game through them?
Yeah, I am kind of known as an encyclopedia for this game. I've been holding back a fair amount with sharing random facts, but I think some of my favorite like tasks, wonders, I guess, is just like how absurd you can, manipulate items and such, especially in battle mode.
Okay.
You can win battles in like 20 seconds if you know what you're doing.
Wow.
By abusing stars and all that. And then there is a missions task that is not public, but is the inspiration for a lot of strats in the run. It's not finished yet, is what I should say. But it's pretty insane.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to whenever that gets complete.
We mentioned, I think, that the world record for missions is a 37:57.
Yes, that's correct.
The task is under 32 minutes already. So there's a lot of strats that are not RTA viable that the task abuses.
Okay, so we're already on the Special Cup. Last 4 tracks now. Wario Stadium, it's I did the out of bounds Lakitu shortcut in the regular 150cc run, if I can get moving. But in this case, it will be faster to just go around, just purely due to 300cc. So
Just pure madness.
It is truly a sight to behold. I wonder if this is, what whoever, the lead developer was for this game. I wonder if this is, this brings a tear to his eye in a good way or a bad way.
I hope so. I think this is...
I sure hope so.
Yeah. It's an interesting thing that this reminds me of is there's obviously Staff Ghost. This is the first... Well, not the first game to have Staff Ghost. 64 was, but one of the hardest Staff Ghosts is on Donut Plains 1. We won't see it, unfortunately, but it was actually driven by the item programmer for the game. So I think we like to have this theory that the item programmer is the sadistic maniac, where not only does he have one of the strongest Staff Ghosts in the entire game, but he also programmed the red shells for this game.
I completely intended that, guys. Sorry, Puddings, go ahead.
Yeah, that's really all I have to share is the item programmer is a monster.
And interestingly enough, so the Donut Plains 1 ghost seems to snake. So even the, if you want to touch on that.
We have theories. I mean, we have a lot of theories about this game and its implications, but we have a theory that the developers they obviously knew about snaking before the release came out. But we have a theory that they also knew about PRB but didn't have enough time to patch it.
It's another long fall.
Yep.
This is taking a while. Okay, now we're respawning. And the blue shell totally missed me. It's coming from me again. Oh.
Oh, man.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
You can thank the item programmer for that.
Yeah, we'll blame them.
Yeah, there actually are faster speed codes for this game. And there's one where if you hit any of the hedges in the hedge maze, you just go instantly down warped and die.
Wow.
Okay, so that's Peach Gardens done. 2 more tracks to go, Bowser Castle and then Rainbow Road, which I'm admittedly dreading. But
yeah, if these tracks are already hard enough.
Let's do what we can. I have to slow down here or else I'm definitely flying across in that direction all the way back to the finish line or the starting line.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, this is quite the experience. Luckily, those boost pads kind of save you there.
Actually, you can avoid the boost pads and just ride on the top bit so you don't get slowed down and get a clean landing. Yeah.
Ooh,
Okay, that was pretty good, actually. Yeah, that was pretty good.
That was cool.
The speed tech just involves slowing down.
Essentially. I was actually going to demonstrate a little cut there that we actually do on the world record. If I can get the right angle for the following lap. I mean, I might be going too fast, but I'll do my best.
Let's go. Saying hello to the competition again. Well, competition in inverted commas.
I mean, there is competition for 300cc records, but it's usually just a couple people kind of
There we go.
competing with themselves.
So that was the cut I was referring to there.
A lot harder to do on 150, but very, very cool.
Nice.
And all right, well, here, we said this was the comedy run. This is the comedy run.
This is what you've been waiting for.
Good luck.
I will say the one thing that this track has is a lot of boost pads, so I think I'm going to rely on the boost pads. Ooh. Okay. We're somehow okay.
Coping well, coping well.
Oh. We're going a bit too fast to try and do the shortcut, and we were caught in an explosion, but we were unharmed.
Let's go.
I think I'm just going to go around, maybe attempt it the following lap.
Yeah, we got to do something cool.
Scary.
Can't outrun the blue here.
Oh, now this is mean.
Oh, almost. That does count, by the way.
I think I know what I'm trying lap 3.
Yeah, to answer a question in chat, yes. Well, we don't have Coconut Mall in this game. We do have cool ROM hacks, and as this is a ROM hack, we definitely do suggest checking out CTGP Nitro. A very cool community pack of custom tracks that you can check out.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the best things that has happened to MKDS in forever, really, long time. So do check out CTGP Nitro.
bullied a little bit in the second lap, but
All right, this is it.
Let's
This
see.
is the lap. Or dreams come true. Maybe.
No, I didn't get it.
not quite enough. Ooh.
No, I didn't get the checkpoint. It's a bit awkward. Let's see if I can finish in first place.
We still gotta win the race first. Every so often, I still find a way to lose to computers. It's not often. But even pros like me find a way to lose.
And time.
That's it.
Nice. GG.
GG. So that's 300cc Nitro tracks.
Incredible. 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 Very well done. I hope you haven't heard
Thank
that
you.
one before. Great job. Well, folks, I didn't mention, but we do have a little something that we don't have much time left until you're going to be treated to some other wonderful hotfix shows. But we've got an extra trick up our sleeves. We're just going to make a quick intermission as we get this ready, showing off some interesting things with the ghosts and some records, I believe. Abel, do you want to explain a little bit before we go to our intermission?
Yeah, so I'll be showing off some of the current world records in time trial. We'll just be playing them back and providing a bit of analysis. And yeah, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Some of the records are by players like MK Dasher and Tiger, to name a few. So yeah, world record showcase, essentially.
Awesome. Well, folks, I mean, that sounds like an absolute treat. So do stick with us as we close off Going Places with a little bit of analysis, a little bit of science. And yes, do join us after this little break. See you in a sec. Welcome back, folks. We're just going to do a quick whistle-stop tour of what is happening. Welcome back to Going Places. This is the GDQ Hotfix, where we have a look at region-exclusive games as well as games for on-the-go on handheld consoles. We have been having some wonderful Mario Kart DS action, and we're going to be closing off with a quick showcase of some of the very best times for some of these tracks in this game. So not only are we going to be seeing this with commentary from Abel and Puddings, but we're going to be seeing runners from around the world showing off the very best of what the community has to offer. So I'm gonna let Abel take it away, and yeah, Puddings offer some very insightful commentary, I'm sure.
Thank you very much, Hib. So this is a showcase of the individual track world records for Mario Kart DS. We're going to be starting with Rainbow Road, which is a 1:37.561. This is the current world record by a Spanish player called MK Dasher, who's been playing for a very, very long time now. I believe this was achieved sometime in 2021. Yes, that's correct. And
Let's just get into it.
Let's just get into it. Yeah, I assume we don't need a timer or anything. We can just get into it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, just replaying this back. So what you're watching now isn't me pressing any buttons. This is via the use of an action replay code, which has been hard patched to the ROM, which replays the inputs from the ghost.
So yeah, right off the bat, we're just gonna see this. Basically, Dasher crosses a checkpoint, couples back, and then uses a shroom to kind of just launch off into the sky. Then we see this. It's just gonna be shortcut after shortcut here. So
yeah. So this is performed for the other 2 laps. Sorry, Puddings, you were going to say something?
Hold on to your chair for this one. So we don't have a shroom lap 2, so we're going to use an alternative way of doing that big jump by driving a little bit further down the road, going down here, and then just doing a mini turbo, and we're already in the loop again. And may I tell you how precise that is? It is unreal that he can just do that.
Yeah, it certainly is. And this trick, interestingly enough, was discovered originally in 2006. I'm referring to the first shortcut. but we couldn't get it to work as a community until around 2014 because we couldn't figure out the checkpoint system, I think, Puddings?
Yeah, if we had just driven a little bit further down the track and then done it, it would have worked. But that was a really good shortcut by Dasher to get there.
So before the first shortcut, we were at around 1:47. So the record's been pushed 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Ever since this was discovered and fully applied.
To give context, the Staff Ghost is a 2:15. And it's really good for a Staff Ghost.
Wow.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Do we know what like the kind of time that Dasher sunk into that?
It's his favorite track. He's played it, I don't know, he's had the world record here for like 14 years now.
Since 2009, if I'm not mistaken, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fair play.
Yeah, and he'll probably defend it till his very last breath.
Yeah.
So, and that's not a joke. Like,
No.
he, okay, so that's Rainbow Road,
Let's
137.
What, Sky Garden next?
Yep, I'm going to be showing off Sky Garden next. So this record was improved in a back-to-back frenzy last year, was it? Between MK Dasher and Tiger. It dropped from 59.9 all the way to 59.619. Okay, let's just get into it.
So as we saw in the 32 track run, this is going to be a 3-lap PRB, but this is 3-lap PRB, but with like risky strats as well. We're going to see some insane lines here. Going inside the vines, cutting this final turn off here. And again, you have 66 frames to get out every single mini turbo, or you lose PRB. So
Exactly.
it is unreal precise.
The first time we managed to get under a minute was, I believe, in April of 2014 after a relentless grind by Dasher. And it hasn't been improved since until 2022 or 2021.
2022, yeah.
Yep.
And
So he uses the mushroom at the very end to get a better line.
It's just incredible.
So that's Sky Garden. We'll be moving on to Bowser Castle. This is the first of Tiger's world records. And it's driven in a 1:48.324. And you were mentioning, Puddings, that there was a 1 second difference between first, second, third, and fourth, if I'm not mistaken?
Yes, so this world record is 1.1 seconds ahead of second. Second is 1.3 seconds ahead of third. And third is 1 second, just 1 flat second ahead of fourth.
Okay,
So,
let's
gaps.
get right into it. The first thing you'll notice is he's using the Rob BLS cart, which has a superior speed stat. But you will
Also
need
delivers
to...
Meals on Wheels.
Yeah, it's a restaurant on wheels, as you can see.
Lovely.
So it's notoriously difficult to use this cart on this track. 99% of the player base uses the Egg 1 due to its handling.
Oh my god. Just the fact that he's snaking on that moving bridge with the Rob BLS it's unreal.
Yeah, it's really, really good. So again, on lap 2, you'll be facing, players usually face a different bridge cycle, but because he's so fast here, I think he gets close to the normal one, if I'm not mistaken. Let's have a look. I don't remember. Yeah, it's pretty similar.
Before Taiga, nobody really even got on that pace to be able to do that.
Yeah, because normally it'd be spinning in the other direction, and so you'd need to adjust.
And he's just relentless. There's no...
Yeah, this is mesmerizing.
Those If we get any faster, those thwomps are going to start to be a problem, but we're still good.
Certainly.
And just, yeah, but now they're at lap 3, the bridge is going to be reversed, but Taiga does a couple hops there to kind of handle that, and it doesn't even look like he did anything wrong.
I still think you can add a mini turbo there if he were to push for a 147, but for now, this is just pretty monstrous. And so he does the hop there at the end and finishes the race. So that's the current world record here.
Incredible.
Yeah, it's really, really good. Okay. I'm going to be moving on now to Delfino Square. I was mentioning during the 32 tracks run that this time, if you look it up on YouTube, the algorithm for the platform picked it up and it got hundreds of thousands of hits. So thank you, YouTube. But yes, it's a 128.751. To my knowledge, the only 128, or Tiger might have driven a 128 already. But it's, yeah, it's a really good run. So I'm going to play it back here. Again, uses the Rob BLS for the superior speed stat. And cuts these corners with razor precision. He does the little jump there for an added speed boost and takes the dock jump perfectly. And the lap time you should be getting should be a 29.8, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, 8:01, as you can see on the bottom screen. So yes, just to reiterate, this is not me playing right now. This is just a ghost replay. These two players... Sorry, go ahead.
What is your best here, Abel?
I have a high 129, so a 129.9 something. I would need to check. But it was driven, I think, in 2010. So quite some time ago. But yes, players like MK Dasher and Tiger are on a completely different galaxy altogether when it comes to time trial. So here he misses. I'm not sure if it was intentional or not, but he misses the little jump before the stair section. And now because he has the mushroom left, he's going to shroom in this dirt area, which is faster. And
that was lovely.
Yeah, using a kart such as the Rob BLS in such a tight area is extremely impressive and on world record pace.
Yeah, to do that lap 3 on the nerves is just...
Yeah.
Yeah, because I would rather shroom on lap 1 just to, you know, get that section out the way.
Yeah, and I would be remiss to not shout out the Italian player, Giulio Centrone, for being literally a decade ahead of his time on this track. He has a time that he drove in summer of 2008, which is still ranked 7th worldwide.
Yeah, that's quite unbelievable. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so we're moving on to a fan favorite here. This is not the world record, but it is a former world record. Unfortunately, I do not have the ghost yet. Tiger has yet to send it to me. But this is Waluigi Pinball in 155.635. Still mad impressive. So let's have a look.
Yeah, second place is about a half second behind. But, we're going to see a lot of precise tricks here. It's very tight to the walls here, and we're going to see him kind of land, and then the cart will spin under him, which allows him to get a tighter line here. It's done by holding neutral on the D-pad when you land.
Yeah, we refer to that as a spin drift.
And just perfect bumper hits. Just getting absurd amount of speed.
For the added speed boost. So that lap time that he just got is close to my lap time with a shroom. So it just comes to show how ahead he is. So heading into lap 2 now. The only difference being the pinballs are in different positions, so he needs to watch out for that.
Yeah, he's inventing new cycles for himself just by being as fast as he is.
So right there, he skips that. He
Any
is
faster
insanely
and
close.
Wow.
Yeah, there's only one other player on the planet who can even approach that pace lock.
And finishing off here now on lap 3.
Still as consistent as ever, getting close to those walls.
So here's where he's going to use the mushroom to supplement to his speed.
And a good pattern of, if you know you're going to get a really great time, is if you beat that pinball on the left here, you know you're golden. And he's just going to cruise to the finish, 155.
Wow. That is wild.
Yeah.
Okay, since we're a bit tight on time, I'm going to go straight to the next track. This is a different player, another Japanese player by the name of Beta on Airship Fortress with a 142.861. This is the only 142 time driven. He has been inactive for a while, and he's the only person in the world to use the Rob BLS for a 3-lap. Second place is, I believe, Tiger, who uses the Egg 1. I made a ghost comparison video on my YouTube channel. If you look up Airship Fortress World Record Comparison, Tiger Beta, you should be able to watch it.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting comparison between the two karts.
Yeah, there's a lot of difference in strats. Like here in the power here, he just kind of hops, whereas with the Egg 1, you would do a mini turbo. But in order to do a mini turbo with the BLS, your line would be thrown so wide that it wouldn't be worth it.
Definitely.
And
Just
of course,
notice how precise he is going behind the rocky wrench there.
I can't even do that with the Egg 1.
Yeah, it's difficult enough as is.
Once again, the tower section, we're going to just kind of take it slow. On lap 3, I think we're going to... Oh, never mind, he does it lap 2.
Yeah,
Shows you how well I know this record.
wonder what his thought process was for using it lap 2. Maybe to avoid a bullet bill? I'm not sure.
Probably. Beta's got a whole different mind of his own on this track.
Oh, yeah. Okay, now finishing off. Also, maybe the fire pattern there could be a reason. Yeah.
And just really, really tight execution here. I think like 143 is already an insane time, so to get 142 on this track is unreal.
It's very, very good, yeah.
I think
Hopefully-
with the time that we've had left, I think that's probably the last one that we're able to show. But I mean, that was incredible. I'm really glad that you two managed to, get a chance to talk over those and show. I know you did a fantastic job, and it was a very good run. As a couple of runs, but to see, like the best of the best, and the fact that it can be shown off in like a demo format is really cool.
Yeah, we're really lucky to have the technology we have today. And if you want to watch any of the other world record videos, MK World Records, check it out.
Yep, mkworldrecords.com/mkds. It's been a pleasure and a privilege running today. Thank you, Puddings, and thank you, GDQ.
It's been an honor.
Yeah, thank you so much, both of you folks. You've definitely got to check out these two. As you can see where they are on stream. Abel, you can just find out Abel, and then Puddings, your Big Puddings on
Big
Twitch?
Puddings, yeah. Puddings was taken, so I had to become Big Puddings.
I mean, I think that's a fairly good, fairly good resolution to make. Yeah, well, folks, that was going places for this week, and we've gone a lot of places in the Mario world. But big thank you once again to Abel and Big Puddings for all of the awesome commentary and running through Mario Kart DS, being very good rep for the just the amazing community that they seem to have from around the world, which is something that we love to see. Speedrunning is something that can push through sort of cultural and language barriers, and I think that's pretty cool. But you know what else I find pretty cool? The rest of Hotfix. We are going to be having a little break as Grudge Match gets set up, which today is going to be interesting. It's going to be starting off with golf with your friends between Nicole Goodnight, one of our other showrunners, and Bath Engine, I believe is how we pronounce it. And then later on, that is going to be a race of some sort with Tie Tuesday and Minimat with Haunted Castle for arcade systems, a 1987 game. Which, yeah, I wonder how that's going to play out. But after that, we're also going to be having Parallel Universe with, I'm sure, some awesome hacks or just mods of old games or new games. Who knows? But that has been going places for this week. Thank you so much for joining us, and do stick around the channel. And once again, best of luck, everybody, for the games list tonight. See you around soon.